Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Testing audio. Herp, derp, burble, derp. Boop. Okay, I'm trying to find it on the YouTube. Do, 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 do. Please show me my own stream, YouTube. How do I find? Hey, Wendy. How do I find it? I can't find my live stream to be able on my phone. Every time I click that, it just makes it be my face. Oh, okay. Well, hey, everybody. How's it going? Hey, y'all. We are back from Anime St. Louis, and I'm so excited. Hey, Sabaya. Hey, Saki Girl. Hey, Kitty Mama. Randy's getting YouTube pulled up on my phone for me. Do you see how it's like hard to find, though? Why is it like this? So, hey, Laura. Hey, World of Strange. Can y'all hear me okay? I'm trying a different style of talk today, and so my microphone's like over here, so I don't know if I need to talk to my armpit. Hey, Michelle. How was y'all's performances and everything? Okay. If you want to be crafting along with me today, grab yourself a bottle or a jar or something, because we're playing with polymer clay. And I'm going to make a fairy house. And I was going to make a fairy house for putting my jank. Do you see what I mean, though? I have this plant that was not doing very well. And so then I cut it off to start trying to get it to do well. And you can see it's starting to put out little roots. Wee bitty rootlets. Just right here. I love pothos. They are so easy. Now this one, though, these have been in the water for the same amount of time. We never updated the picture. Oh, no. That's why. Uh-oh. Oh, man. Oh, I don't know how I'm going to get this back in the jar. Can you hold on to that for just a sec? Well, because how could you have done this? I'm trying to demonstrate why I'm not going to be using a glass bottle, because I thought, wouldn't it be cute to have a fairy house that had plants growing up out the top of it? But I remember last time we did that, the plant lived in the jar until it died. It's not a good place for it. The plant didn't want that. I didn't want that for the plant. So we're not going to do that. We're just going to make it into a fairy house that has like just a regular old, not with a plant living in it, fairy house. All right, so we're going to cram those bad boys back into their bottle. I like using plastic ones because if worse comes to worse and I forget about it for a couple of years again, I can just cut the bottle open. So that being said, is it too late for us to update the picture? I think you can click edit on the YouTube stream. Thank you, baby. And update the picture, because otherwise we've had folks get confused by that before in the past. Honey, this is the wrong live stream. I'm not wearing that shirt. Oh, but I see how to get there. I click. Okay. All right. We're professionals. How are y'all doing today? Yep. How was Anime St. Louis? Michelle says went great. Right on. I am Groot. Right? Hola, mis amigos. Hey, Steffi Joe. Hey, Anne, over there on YouTube. How are you doing today? We finally got it pulled up. Let me make sure that I am in all messages instead of just top messages. I'm sorry. It always takes me a little while to get settled in. But that's just how it goes. Oh, thank you. This is one of the dresses that I decided to keep for my own self. It's one of our tie-dye. Ow, I'm stuck on the table. Okay. It's one of our tie-dye festival dresses, and I just love it. I don't know what size it is, though. Let me see. The tag says this is one of our XLs. So I love it because it's perfectly flowy and stretchy and stuff. But yeah, so thank you, baby. Anime St. Louis went phenomenally. It was everything that we needed it to be. We got there safe with like an uneventful drive on the way up, which is my favorite. We got set up. Like we were only like an hour and a half later than what we wanted to be, which is still relatively on time, but we were able to get everything set up. Maddie and Amy were able, our helpers, like that's our niece and her mama. They've been helping us at our conventions for, I think this is like year 2. Oh, I don't ever want to go back. They're so good. Maddie's better at my job than I am. Like, and I'll be doing stuff and she's like, and I get a little scattered and a little distracted and my spot gets messy and Maddie will just be like, and like move me and then like tidy up my space. But she does so good, you guys. But they arrived safe with, like, we stayed in the Con Hotel, so it was very like kind of luxurious to not have to, you know, drive and stuff. And they had like the hotel breakfast, and then I forgot to turn on the crock pot. But that was like the only thing that went wrong, is that I forgot to turn on the crock pot. And so we ended up eating sauce on the side for dinner on Saturday instead of pork and baked potatoes. But you know, it worked out. And then Maddie is a gem, and her mama's amazing too, y'all. Like, oh my gosh, they're such a blessing to us just to know them at all. But then for them to be amazing booth helpers as well, is like, I don't know how a person can be so lucky. World of Strange says Amy and Maddie are the bomb diggity. They really are. And for Friday night, we did the crock pot with the Santa Fe roast, and that was delicious. And it worked out really well. Hey, Brenda. Oh, thank you so much. I love these dresses. I used to wear, I called them my truck stop dresses because they had the same ruched pattern, but they weren't nearly so flowy. And they didn't have tie-dye patterns, but they had like, like one of them had like peacock feather shaped designs on it and like paisleys and stuff. But I loved those, and I wore them until they fell apart. Like the material was disintegrating whenever I washed them. So I was like, I guess. But now I'm back, baby. I got my little flowy dress. But what were we talking? Anime St. Louis was a blur, and it was amazing, you guys. Because okay, and there were so many things that were. Mr. Puddums? Yeah. Do y'all want to go pet Mr. Puddums with me? Real quick, I haven't seen him since we got home. Randy calls him my boyfriend, but it's just Mr. Puddums. Can I give him Ember's can that she didn't eat? Hey, Randy. Well, can I give him the one that she didn't eat because it's getting crusty? Ember's persnickety. Like, look at that. She like a whole can untouched. But that's okay. Let's go see Mr. Puddums. Let me get the camera flipped around. He's such a sweet boy. I hope he's okay. Every time I see him, he's got like new. Oh, that's the wrong button. He's got like new boo-boos because he's just a tomcat, y'all. Like, and he's a little young little thing. Mr. Puddums. Oh, there he is. Hello. Come on up, big boy. Yeah. He's always hungry. I know he only loves me for food, but that's okay. Oh, well. Alone, so he lock me out of the house. What you doing? Randy, what you doing? Let's go follow Randy. Randy, what you doing?
Give you water.
Oh, thank you. All right, I'm gonna settle down and we're gonna get to it. But no, Anime St. It was everything we needed it to be, you guys. We've been bracing ourselves for like 3 years running to be like, okay, this is gonna be the year. This is gonna be the year that we're down, and so we need to brace ourselves for impact. You know that it's gonna be a slow year. This is our best year yet, and I don't know how that keeps happening. Oh, thank you, honey. My friend Tracy gave me the best cup ever. It was our first time since like 2019 having our costumes out at Anime St. Louis. And at first I didn't know if like that was going to be a good idea. And it was our very first time having our tie-dyes out. So again, I didn't know if that was going to be a good idea or not because it's a much younger crowd at Anime St. Louis generally than what we typically see at like Dragon Con and stuff. So they're looking for typically like $25 is like kind of expensive for a lot of the, you know, like middle schoolers and young high school age kids that are coming through shopping. And so for us to like roll in with like our least expensive tie-dye is like $40. Now, I mean, they're handmade and stuff, and we try to charge what we need to charge for them, but I did want to keep them like affordable. But they still, I think we sold like, I have no idea. I didn't write anything down. I felt like we sold a bunch of tie-dyes, but we still brought a bunch home with us. So they could have done better. But y'all, I forgot about a third So the stuff that we keep on the website, we store up in Maddie's room, which is like, no, that is not Maddie's room. It's just our guest room, but there's still like a closet rack in there, and that's what we store our tie-dye on to keep it like clean and nice and stuff until somebody buys it off the website to take it home. And I left every freaking one of those in that closet, and it didn't even occur to me to check, but we pulled them all down off the website. We were all ready to sell them and everything. And then a couple of my friends who were specifically looking for the play dresses that we did the twirly in a circle, like real short TikTok of those dresses, left every single one of them at home. And they had picked them out and everything, and they were like, I want this one and I'm going to pick it up. And like, we hadn't communicated it, but like they had their eye and I left it at home. And so that's fine. Oh, but well, not everything could have gone perfectly. So if that was the worst that happened, and I'll take it, that in the crock pot. So I'm so happy to hear this is your best year. Yay, your booth looked so good. Oh, thank you, Brenda. Hey, Itzy, how's it going? It looks sharp with that backdrop. I'm going to say it's a bunch of work though. So but we'll figure it out. It took us 4 hours to tear down, and we were not lollygagging. We weren't rushing, but whenever I rush, I just hurt myself. Like, I shinned myself real hard on the ladder trying to climb it in a hurry to get up there. And Randy was like, slow down, babe. And I was like, wasn't slowing it. And ow. And then Randy, how's your back doing? He gave me a thumbs up. So he's doing pretty good, but he got a twinge in his back because we were hurrying trying to cram some boxes in to the van. And it was like and it just twinged his back. And it's been years since he's had any issues with his back, so that scared us. And then I bashed the shit out of my thumb. I mean, I hurt my thumb a bunch. I'm trying to be less of a potty mouth. Just fighting with a chair, trying to get it into the van. But I'm fine today. Everything's moving. There's no pain. Y'all will be loaded for bear walking into Dragon Con, and that's what we told ourselves, is we're ahead for Dragon Con already. So that, and it was really easy to just relist them to the website. We didn't have to do inventory on them because we didn't bring any of them. So there was that. The good news, they're all still there. Steffi Joe says, ooh, did you do a booth video? Kinda. It's not edited yet, and I can't guarantee that the quality is going to be any good at all. We ended up not doing a booth setup, like a mock setup, because of just things that were going on. We weren't able, we prioritized, and we were like, we don't have time to do a booth setup. Let's just trust that we packed it down well after Dragon Con, because that was our last vending event, was back in September, Labor Day weekend. And then so everything worked out fine. All the lights still worked. That's always my worry, is the stuff sitting in our storage room, which is not really climate controlled. It's mostly protected from the rain, as long as it doesn't rain too hard, but from the north. But if it's too hot or too cold, I worry about our LED lights. And I'm like, that's what I always want to check before we get back on the road, at least 2 weeks in advance. That way, if they don't work, we can order replacements. We just took the gamble. And it worked out this time, but that's why it's a gamble. Is sometimes you win and sometimes you lose, and we won this time, so that's great. Hey, Hawk, it went fantastically. And the good news is our neighbors did great. I think everybody at Anime St. Louis had a fantastic year. That's my hope. Yeah, everybody that we talked to said that they were up, and that's nice, y'all. That's so nice. So much relief, because I'd been a bit vague last week about some really cool things that we have on the horizon here at Back to Earth Creations. And so much was hinging. If we Doctor Strange style, look into all 14 billion possible universes, there was a whole chunk of them that were our, if it doesn't go well at Anime St. Louis, line of thinking. Which is not great, but we try to consider, if the storm lasts longer than what we wanted it to, what are we going to do? And doing well at Anime St. Louis cleared all that stress and everything off of our plate. And so, now we're focusing on, that's one less variable. So now we can fine tune even more. So to stop being vague, but first I'm going to bring up something else. We do have the Camp Along location picked for 2025. It is Sequoia State Park in Oklahoma. There's more information about it in the email that we sent out today announcing today's live stream, as well as down in the video description. If you're on YouTube, on Kick, just watch last video. If you guys have any questions, send us an email and we will get back to you about the camp along. And that's the last weekend in September, that Friday, Saturday, Sunday potluck at 4 p.m. on Saturday at our campsite in Wagner, Oklahoma. Thank you, Hawk. And so Randy and I found a property that is the closest to being in our budget as we've ever seen. It seems the most achievable version of all of our lottery dreams. Like whenever we're on the road for all these years, for all these long car rides, one of the things that, like, we'd play like the lottery dream game. And, you know, it's like, oh, if we want, because we pass the billboards that are like, bunch of money, like this is how much the jackpot is. And the only time that we buy tickets is whenever Randy gets gas, he'll go in and he'll also get like a Powerball ticket, just because, you know, our gambling problem is that we forget to play. So, and it's, I'd pay $2 just to keep that dream alive. And it's a fun, even if we never get it, it was fun to dream the dream, you know? And so, but it helped us kind of figure out that it's like, you know, if money weren't an issue, what would our dream be? And then we've been able to take that framework and then apply it to our, we haven't won the lottery in a financial sense life, and, you know, kind of work towards there, because in every single lottery dream I have a garden. And so I knew, I was like, I really need to pursue this to, you know, garden and learn and stuff that way for one day. And so all these different lottery dreams that we've dreamed since basically 2008, this property, like, I'm like shaking, you guys, like this property could be it. It's a derelict school, like the holes in the roof, busted ass windows. I don't think they're, sorry, I'm gonna cuss today, don't watch if you have sensitive dispositions. It's a piece of work, but so am I. We'll fit right in. So it's a major fixer upper, but the property that it's on is absolutely perfect. And it's flat, it's developed, it has electric and water, and it's on septic, but the driveway is also already there, which is nice. Like, I like driveways. We do, it says, yay, we are booked too. Shadow and Bear coming with us. Oh, Laura, I'm so excited. Give yourself a big hug for me. I love you so much. I have friends who bought an old schoolhouse and they were working for the past few years to fix it up, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And now I know if they can do it, it's so nice. You can do it. Oh, thank you for believing in us, because I look at this property, like I just refreshed it today because I was scared to look because I thought somebody else might have bought it, but it's still on the market, which makes me even more suspicious. But that's fine, because we desperately want to get back to Tennessee because our family's there and we miss them so much. And Itzy says, sounds amazing. Anna says, go for it. Except for I don't have money. So we're really hoping, the scary part is getting a bank to give us a loan. And so Randy says he thinks we've got it. I'll believe it when it's happened. But every time I look at the property, I'm like, this is biting off more than we can chew, which is my favorite thing. Like, I love eating elephants, like just one bite at a time, like having to work through these giant, impossible seeming projects. It's like, those are my favorite challenges. And it's, I don't know. Randy says, to each his own. We're going to eat this elephant. Get your boots on. Okay, I thought he said to each their own. We're going to eat this elephant ass first. But he said, get your boots on. We're gonna eat this elephant. Okay. I'm manifesting good things for y'all. Thank you. It's, so my goal, because the school's like 21,000 square feet, which is massive. It's literally 10 times our house's square footage, which opens us up to all of these things that we've wanted to do, like with our different sculptures and stuff. Like, let me go, I want to show y'all Snaggletooth, because I don't know if y'all have seen Snaggletooth in a while. Should I bring them to Snaggletooth, or it'd be easier? Okay, field trip. So let me show you. Ooh, Snaggletooth. He's my buddy. He hangs out with me while I do. I still haven't done his wings yet because I'm a lazy bum. But he hangs out with me while I do lamprey glass. And I want to do life-size dragon sculptures, you guys. Like it's so much easier for me to do life-size. Like I want to do like this dragon, but with the whole body and everything. And we run into some problems because our house's front door is only so wide. And so all the concrete sculpting that I'd like to do, a lot of these things, we don't have a garage outside of our house. And so we want to open an art center, more or less. Yeah, I don't know what to call it yet. The closest thing we've found to call it is I want to make a statue garden, because it's going to take probably 15 years before it's open to the public. Huh? I'll plug that in, yeah. Thank you, baby. It's probably going to take 15 years before it is open to the public because there's so much work to do, and just to let the gardens take hold and stuff and start looking like something. But I want to make a sculpture garden where it's a botanical garden with basically all of our sculptures in it. And if there's so many different possibilities that it could take in the future of involving other artists and having like gallery exhibits and things, and doing, art camps and stuff inside the school. I mean, it's literally a school. So, but we're gonna, what gets tricky, because it's all tricky. How do we do this? Okay, let me get my brains. Let me drink some water. Hydrate your noodles. Look into every and all possible first-time buyer assistance. There are loans and grants out there. This is how I took $5K and bought my home 21 years ago. You can do it. I am so open to every kind of that advice, because I was also advised that like first-time homeowner loans might have problems with it passing inspections if it's like a POS, like fixer-upper. Then the bank might not be as willing to, because since we're first-time home buyers, but our credit's decent, but our income's like, not. I would love it if my income were better, but that is what it is. Ooh, hey Bodega says, hey guys, hey Vaughn, hey Raby, hey Bodega. What's on the workbench today? How'd the con go? I'm supposed to be making this into a fairy house. I'm gonna start squeezing some clay, but we're gonna keep talking. You don't gotta switch it yet, babe. I'm gonna focus. What were we talking about? I'd like to be able to, in a perfect world, I would love to be able to get a loan without having to sell my house first, because all my stuff's here in this house and there's not a place for me to put it on that property. And I'm worried about like the homeless gap between house being sold and house being purchased, mostly because I have 7 chickens that are very important to me, and our dog and our cat, who are like way more independent than the chickens are. Like the chickens are they're edible. Everything wants to eat these chickens. Squirrel, yeah. Where I missed it. Yeah, something about an art school, but that would be really freaking cool. The long and short of it, Randy says, is we might potentially be moving to a school, but we're going to be hustling some shop updates. So if y'all have any friends who need jewelry and tie-dye, or if you need some jewelry and tie-dye, you can hit us up at factorearthcreations.com. We also have kits, which is what I'm going to be featuring in today's video, is actually the clay from March's kit. But we're going to be experimenting with doing another polymer clay kit in the future that might be a little bit more fairy house themed. Hence you have to provide your own jar. But I'm going to be experimenting with some of the different techniques and stuff that we could cover in that future video, to, so we can all make like fairy houses and stuff. We could have a laser again, like an actual proper sized laser that cuts stuff instead of a Glowforge, which is a joke. Don't buy one. I will go down on that ship. I'm so mad at Glowforge. Thrice it caught on fire. But anyways, there are loans and grants specifically for women starting business too. Right on. Would it count if I started the business back in 2008, or should I like start another business like back to ER 2.0 or something? Like, because I'll hop through some hoops and dance with some loopholes to get Anne says, imagine yourselves already living there. We are, and it's exciting. And again, even if all we get is to dream a dream, it was still so fun to dream it and so fun to be, just excited and stuff. And we're going to have to learn how to do stained glass because I want to replace every single one of those windows with like an art exhibit. But okay, so visualize with me. We're getting the gardens built up, we're getting the school repaired, and we have a fairy ball gala, like silent auction, where like we all just show up like dressed like fairies, and there's like cool ass sculptures everywhere, and it's like a kind of like the labyrinth ball, which I've never been to, but I've stopped for like the past like 5 years. And I think it would be really cool. And I don't know, but like in that way we wouldn't have to be open to the public all of the time, but it gives us a grounds where we can build our sculptures and different things, and folks who are fans of our work who we get to meet at DragonCon and Anime St. Louis and these other events that we'll be going back to, hopefully, as we kind of get more out of the house and on the road. Other different, here, just a sec, babe, other different, like instead of us having to keep our sculptures portable, we can just have them on pallets, so that if somebody's like, I need this sculpture because it's awesome, then it's ready for them to take with them. And of course we'd be making videos about all of this stuff, so we wouldn't have too many, hopefully, surprises to be unveiled at the galas. But it's like, it's I'm really excited about it. And I feel like if I'm excited about something this much, even if I never get to, like, if I'm at right now's point A and that's point B, even if I never get there, just to feel the fire under me that makes me like, phew, and like I'm going somewhere and I'm taking y'all with me. Won't the zoning of the property impact the financing possibilities? Just a thought. I don't even know what that means. I think it's zoned for residential. Currently zoned for residential, which it might, it's pretty close to like our current home is zoned for residential and commercial because we are very deep like in the town that we're in, like the urban area of it. It's a small town, so it's not very urban. This property is similar, that it's like there's like a business like 2 houses over, so we might be able to get it rezoned. So I'm very excited for that. Find a startup lawyer and you'll have to have a business plan and budget to apply for grants and loans. Okay, that's really good to know. We do it. I was really hoping to be able to just take out like a home loan or something, but I don't want to let my ignorance of the subject get in the way of making the best decision. So I'm very open to y'all's advice. I'm still hoarding your pre-pandemic laser cut goodies. Julie, I miss laser cutting stuff. I was so frustrated with the Glowforge because every single thing that we tried to do, it was like it was working against us. It's like, why won't it just cut through 1/8" plywood? Like, it didn't seem like that should have been such a problem. And every single project, because I didn't want to send y'all stuff made out of like, what's it? Not cardstock, chipboard, which it would have cut through, but it also catches on fire because the fan can't keep up. But anyways, what state? Tennessee, because that's where our family is. Like, it's right within the zone of like where all of our family has like their homes and stuff, so they're likely to stay there. But it's just, I'm so excited. Okay, let's get started crafting. Can you swap the cameras for me, baby? But yeah, so that's, I never meant to be vague about it, but ideally, oh, I've run myself over. Okay. Ideally, I gotta tuck this under my butt so I don't run my little petal leaves over on my skirt. I'm so excited. I'm trying to like calm down and focus. Oh, spitting water everywhere too. Yeah, baby. Keep doing good says booked my camp along site. Oh, and then Brooke says back problems are no fun. Other than that, how was the con? Phenomenal. We got to see, it was the Anime St. Louis's 20th year, and I think we've been doing Anime St. Louis I don't know, at least since 2013, because that's when we moved here and we were already doing it. Yeah. And so it's been a minute. So we actually got to meet the children of some of the people that we had met like somebody showed us a picture of a necklace that they had gotten from like 10 years ago. Like, so we met these kids when they were in like high school and stuff, and now they are grown and are starting families, and we're getting to meet their kids. And it was so much fun. And I got to meet a lady named Shannon. Like, I was starting to learn to juggle from her, and that was amazing. And then I met a young lady who's an aerialist, who has like a background in ballet, and we just like geeked out about fashion together. And so it was so much fun. Like, we swished our skirts at each other before we even said a word. Like, we just saw each other's outfits, and like we're immediate best friends. Find a user-friendly realtor. They have the knowledge you seek. Okay. Oh, Brenda, thank you so much. Brenda Brunton just gifted 5 memberships to the YouTube channel, to Love and Loops, Longevity Ritual, Kalisa Cats, Rocky Mountain Bear, ooh, and then Goose Metal Arts. Oh, I love geese. Oh. On the 8th of May, I'm setting up a powwow in Lawton, Oklahoma, and I have been making merchandise every day. Wow. I'm excited for you, Hawk. I hope that goes really well and that the weather's great. Ooh, Chris says, what part of Tennessee, if I'm not being nosy? I'm originally from Knoxville. Like, between Huntsville, Alabama, and Nashville, Tennessee. We're not going to say the city yet because I don't want somebody, like, Brandy was like, well, we've had people, and this is where the conflict is. It's because we've had folks show up at our house, like, from the internet, who we didn't know. We've had folks show up from the internet who we knew, too, and, you know, but there's just some odd ducks out there, and so we don't know if we want to divulge it just yet. But whenever we start opening to the public, we're gonna have to give out that information. But until we get there, I just don't want anybody to poop in my driveway, or like, I don't know, like, that's happened to one of our. It's just, you know, people are weird sometimes, and I love them. But hey, Debbie, how are you doing today? Oh, Love and Loops, how are you doing? Okay, we're gonna start crafting. So here we have just a glass bottle. This had sparkling water in it. Our friend Erica got Randy turned on to these clearly Canadian, like 0% juice, but they're tasty. Like, it tastes like it shook hands with a what you call it, whatever fruit's supposed to be in it. So it's not like quite like a LaCroix or whatever, but because it tastes way better. It's got actual sugar in it. But it's what we put vodka in whenever we have big boy drinks at night, which is not every night, but like whenever we're having, like, you know, a special evening and we want some drinks, we'll split one of these over some ice with some vodka in it and go ham. Oh, hey, Yvette, how's it going? I'm just talking about creeps, and then you showed up. We love having Yvette and Man Beast over. They are fantastic. Oh, you're great, Debbie. We're going until 6. A wizard only shows up when they're supposed to. So, Anime St. Louis was amazing. And then we were also talking about Randy and I might be buying a school in Tennessee, but it's derelict. It needs a new roof, and it's 21,000 square feet. But I'm excited about that. This is exactly the kind of red flag I'm into, like, as far as property goes. All right. So we have some aluminum foil. It doesn't necessarily need to be the expensive good stuff that I like to use when I'm cooking, but that's what I have. Oh, I'm so sorry. I hate the noises this makes. So we're going to take it, and I'm going to be using this as the stem. Am I even in frame? There we go. Wish me luck. And I'm also going to use... I'm going to use this as a reference because I kind of want this shape, but much larger. So that's my reference. And I'm going to start it on this, like, shot put ball. Or is this a cannonball? Did we buy a cannonball off of Amazon or eBay or something? Randy? Did we buy this cannonball? Or, like, where did we get this? Amazon? Okay. But I like to use this for leather working when I'm doing rivets on curved leather. It's a really nice, you know, anvil. But I'm going to be using it to make a mushroom shape over it. can feel this in my teeth. Give me a minute. I hate aluminum. It's fine. I just want to bite it, and I know that you're probably not supposed to do that. Whoa, is that a cannonball? Maybe. It's a leatherworking tool. It can't be a cannon. I don't imagine they'd sell cannon. I'm going to look on Amazon to see if they sell cannons. Not cannons, but cannonballs. Cannonball. Cannon like a wrecking ball. Cannonball. No, just a cannonball. Ooh, fishing sinkers. No, I don't want one made of foam. Oh, it's a little... it's a replica cannon. No, like out of metal. Space metal. Oh, no. In today's episode. Oh, still at work, so grumpy. Gotcha, Vet. Tasher says, hi, by the way. Hey, Sisters of the Hook. How are you? How did Anime St. Louis go? Your booth is beautiful. Thank you. We were very pleased with how well the setup looked, and the convention was everything that we needed it to be. And it has fanned the flames of some of our dreams, and we're very, very excited about it. And I'm looking for, oh my God, you can get, oh, it's just a prop. Is it made entirely out of zinc or just plated in it? I need to focus. This is not important right now. I don't think this is an actual cannonball, but it's a hunk of metal. So, hey, Amanda, how are you doing? Metal orb. Yeah. Well, I'm kind of just making a little foil shape that's going to be, oh my gosh. That's probably the best foil replica of a thing I've ever made in my entire life so far. I came in like a wrecking ball. Oh, uninkedicted. Oh, I can't read. The Co-conspirator says $50 odd using eBay. Nice. I'm sorry I can't pronounce your name. I could if I would. Whatever it was, it's now crafting stuff, right? And so I'm just shaping the base of our mushroom because I want it to match this one. I'm going to be using the same clay in Yvette, I'm sorry, but I'm going to be doing the same little finish on it. And so my strategy to do that, which anytime you want to make something big, try making it small first. You don't have to replicate all of the details, but just nailing the construction. So like take notes. So like core first, then the base layer, and I baked it. And then I did the colored layer over. That way I had a layer to like scrape down to get the little, to get those little shapes. Which I know you don't like that, Yvette. I'm sorry, but I love it. I just want to put a little eyeball in every single one. So, because if you can get the steps down in the miniature version, then you'll have a rough order of operations for whenever you scale it to larger. Oh, gotcha. That's so creepy. I love creepy fairy stuff. Like in my imagination, the realm of like the fae and like magic, it's just skin deep. It's like touching the surface of a mirror and you're just on the other side. And it's whenever, if on the other side of that veil, it's the fae world is like super vibrant, deep sea life, like coral reef from the bottom of the ocean. I know that doesn't exist, but that's why imaginations exist. But on land, just swimming like jellyfish floating through our own atmosphere like hot air balloons, or just, and so it's kind of creepy, but I mean, they're fairies. They're not, they disguise themselves by looking cute to human standards so they don't melt our brains, is my theory. So yeah, I like creepy fairy stuff. Ooh, sorry. You ever hit your work desk so hard that your pasta machine poops its handle? Randy says no. Still works. It's good. But yeah, I'm just tapering down that edge because in a game of flesh versus metal, the metal typically wins. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to roll it instead of bashing it. Oh, this works so much better. And this way we can get a really nice sharp tip without having to deal with the bulk of the foil. Is it okay to cut aluminum foil with scissors? Because it makes my teeth hurt to think about it. Okay, they're not my good scissors. So now that we have this tapered out, I'm so sorry I'm hyper today, you guys, but I'm just, my gosh, I didn't realize this. Huh? Well, I did sleep though. I only slept through the last like 3 hours of the 4 hours. I slept the whole way home. It's okay. It was a blast. Because when Randy thinks I'm asleep, he'll sing, and I love listening to him sing. He sings to stay awake, but he really cuts loose if I'm sleeping. He knows there's no risk of waking me. But I love getting to hear him sing. So I'm just coming through and cleaning up that edge. I'm so excited. I didn't realize how much stress. My gosh, the massive amount of weight. Really? Well, hey, babe, you need any scissors sharpened? Every pair in the house, he says. And if you've got any weird little flaky bits, you can just snip that off. Cut it. Oh! Oh, and it'll sharpen them. Okay. Hawk says I would make my tiny dancers that small. Like, I picture the world of Fae in the same color that I always see, like, the photographs of tardigrades. Like, do you know what I'm talking about? The little, like, water moss bears that have, like, Cthulhu mouths and are horrifying. The little feet. The colors that I always see those depicted in, those, like, microscopic photography. I don't know what it's called, but, or, like, bugs zoomed in real close. Like, it's that level of vibrant and colorful. I imagine it would look like how what are they called, baby? Those punchy shrimp, clown shrimp, mantis shrimps. They've got like 16 cones in their eyeballs. I want it to be colorful for them, like that level of colorful. Water bears, yes, I love them, but they're kind of creepy. Like, can you imagine meeting a dog-sized one? I'd pet it. Bless my heart, I'd pet it. You go pet that dog? Well, and I know that I would because I poke grubs when I see them and then pick them up barehanded and take them to my chicken. So it's like, of course I'm going to pet a giant slug dog. Like, are you kidding me? Oh, I'm going to go get Marcellus Wallace so he can hang out with us while we craft. Marcel, there he is. I've been pulling Elf on the shelf with myself with this snail I sculpted because I'm quite forgetful. And so it's always a delight to see Marcellus because I forgot that I put him there. And so he's just going to be watching from over here. I'd say I need to get out more, but I did, and I don't think it's done me any good. Easier than a Dremel. Jinx. Oh, okay. Cutting aluminum foil. Wow. Thank you, guys. I didn't know that. Walking the rain says, I would have a dog like that. Okay, so now we have our little foil shape. Let me get y'all better. How's this? Will that be all right for y'all? Oh, we turned the air on today. Randy showed me a meme of like a feller having a conversation with himself, but it was on the TikTok, so it looks like it's like he's standing in two different places when he does the edit. It looks like he's talking to him. You know what I'm talking about. But it was like a full like 3 minutes. It felt of just, are you gonna turn your air on? I haven't turned it on yet. Are you thinking about turning yours on? Like, fish don't have paws. Like, it was good. It was amazing. Well, we turned our air on today. And I liked that meme because I had just been having that conversation with myself. Yeah, I think that's fantastic. All right, so now we're going to move our cannonball. All right, I'm going to be using a base of our glow-in-the-dark Cos clay, and this stuff's quite crumbly. when we start out, but that's okay. It's a nice warm day, so it's going to be sticking all together. I could have handled at least another month of spring, you guys. It was such a beautiful spring. I think we've slept with the air conditioner on the past, like, a couple times so far already this year, because we have window units in each room. But this is the first time this year we've turned on the window unit, and we could have not because it's windy enough, but I figured today would be the best kind of day where we don't desperately need the air conditioner on, but so if it doesn't work, we have time to get it fixed before we need it. So that was my thinking. We usually test the furnace like that too in the winter. Do what, baby? Ooh, Keep Doing Good says, if you buy the school, you can have work-alongs instead of camp-alongs. That would be pretty cool. We could have interns. Labor. Randy says he's not going to ask people to spend their vacation doing manual labor. But it could be like the school in Georgia that does lapidary. That's basically what they're talking about. It's a work-along. We get to teach people how to make cabs. Yeah, that would be a class. Get back to work. They crave the mines. No. We're all still kids a bit on the inside, I think. The more I introspect, the more I realize I'm just the results of like my broken childhood. So it's like we're all healing children, trying to figure out how to be grown-ups, I guess. But like immediately, I volunteer as tribute. Like immediately, see, this is how cults start, you guys. Don't join cults. But on that note, that we found a pretty good compound. Sell all of your property. Give us no. What's y'all's favorite flavor of Kool-Aid? Like, no, that's dark. I'm fond of the orange Kool-Aid myself, though I'm more of a country time, like lemonade person. Ooh, Tracy, I think you said that really well. Childhood is not for the weak. It is not red flavored. Is that like cherry or tropical punch, or does it matter? I'm great at managing, and I come with my own whip. Oh, Sabaya, I would love that. Great. Teach how to use tools. That's actually really, babe. Okay, what if we're just playing the what if game? But what if when we need the roof fixed on the school, you know how they have the cob builders that you can host a workshop, and they come and everybody builds it together, and at the end of it, whoever hosted it has the finished building, but everybody who came and attended has the experience of fixing. If we hired a company that does that but for roofs, where it's like going to the student hair salon. You want to get our roof done by people who are still learning? Because we're just still learning, but we could learn the trade though too. We could take the class. I wonder if something like that exists. Because even if we didn't do it on our property, we could go. Like a Habitats for Humanity, like, training course. Does that make sense? Hey, internet. I thought we were not a cult. It says it on the cup. Do what, Randy? What'd you say? No. That's yes, no. Not a cult serves Crystal Light. Sugar free. Black cherry. Oh, I've never had black cherry. Kool-Aid must have we had like red, purple, or orange when we were kids. At least in our house. You can also find a school who teaches home building and have them use your school to let them do the educational work. Right! Like the opposite of when you let the fire department burn your property down to train the firefighters. It'd be that for construction. Like, I would take that class. And I want to learn how to weld as well. That's going to be really important. because I was thinking about the armature for some of our larger sculptures. So I think, like most things with this, we'll be able to practice it in the small scale first. So I could practice building the armature of a small sculpture in the same way as what I would if it were larger. So I'm thinking like a stained glass solder, like building the armature and welding that together as though it were welding, just to practice the steps in my mind. Do it. Sabea says, Psh, I can burn it down for cheap. I'm glad I have your number. No. Amazing Amy says, in Pennsylvania, when we need a roof and we don't have a lot of green stuff, we call the Amish. They can slap a metal roof on in no time. I don't know what the Mennonite and Amish community are in that area, but that's a really good idea. Yeah, there is that place that they sell, their hummingbird pie. No, it's hummingbird cake. So it's not a pie, it's square. Pie are square. Sorry, usually that's a callback to, we haven't said that to each other in ages, but I would go pie are square and he'd go pie are round. This is gonna take forever. Randy, do you want to squeeze my clay? Yeah. Oh, you can have, actually, honey, you can have all the turkey jerky. Oh, wait, there's an ant. I'm sorry, you can't stay here. You can eat all the turkey jerky. Just wash your hands after you're done with the polymer clay. Like, I don't mind if you get jerky in the clay. I just don't want you to get clay on the jerky. Does that make sense? Oh my god, that's a really big piece of turkey jerky. It's too peppery though. It burns my tongue. Thank you though. It's like a dog chewing on like a rawhide with this like foot-long piece of turkey jerky from Buc-ee's. I've got clay on my hands. We just talked about this. No clay on the jerky. Whenever you're done with that piece, I'll hand you some to ball up. Is that okay? Okay. So we're gonna have to do a lot of clay for this. That's okay. That is all right. Are there any square pies? Cobblers technically aren't pies, but if you made, that's a good point. But what if you did a cobbler topped pie in a square thing? Like, or like, is that a tart? That's just a tart with crumble on top, isn't it? I love desserts. Do what, baby? Like a parfait, kinda. But if you did like pie, because I love food, like, and you're eating jerky right in front of God and everybody. Like, he says, I'm off camera. Are you? Sorry, we're being silly. Jerky flavored clay, okay. Clay flavored jerky, unokay. Tashers understands. He's working the dark clay and he gets it on his bacon and he eats the bacon. He's going to puke neon. I wonder, do fluorescent particles hold up through human digestion? Like, could you eat, like, something inert? Don't test this. Never mind. We're not going to talk about this. Magnet. No, not magnets. We're specifically not supposed to eat magnets. Like, they tell you that every time. Is this trash or is this clay? That's clay. I'm just going to stick it into the... This is so messy though. I love the Cost Clay glow in the dark, but do you see? It's a freaking mess. Science with Vaughn and Randy. Is science what? Because it's like could technically be science, but it's not done well. It's how not to science. Hey Lydia, how's it going? Chris says, hey Vaughn, I just want to tell you I'm doing my first. Hey Chris, oh my gosh. Okay, let me. Chris says, hey Yvonne, I just want to tell you I'm going to do my first craft fair and it's all because of you. Oh my gosh, thank you. I love your show and I love you. Oh, thank you so much for your kindness, Chris. I had gotten some of your comments earlier today and was really glad to have caught them. I'm glad you were able to make it to the stream. But good luck to you. I'm so excited for you. Do you have any questions or anything that you want to brainstorm, or like what kind of craft fair is it? Is it local to you, or are you like having to get a hotel? Do what, babe? Randy's asked if you've done a test setup yet, like a mock booth setup. How not to science and a not a how not to do. It's the second book of my memoirs, says Randy. So I'm just rolling out some clay. I just want to get this layered on there and then baked. And the nice thing about Cos clay is it is a rubberized polymer clay. So even after this bakes, it's still going to be quite flexible. Now, something that we ran into on this piece here, if you remember when we were sculpting this in one of our live streams, the mushrooms were a good bit longer. Whenever we baked it, it gets soft, like very soft. So it's not going to be able to be load bearing. I didn't do an armature in the mushroom stems, and the mushrooms had bent over, and honestly, it looked freaking cool, but it was not at all what I wanted it to be doing. So I just came in with scissors and snipped them off and then hot glued them back to the base, like kind of splicing their stem back together, and then added in, this is flocking moss, which is like foam, sponge foam, like dishwashing sponge foam, not the green bristly stuff, but just the foam put through a coffee blender is how you can make your own, or you can buy it as diorama flocking moss. I like the stuff for like bushes because it's like not as finely ground up, mixed with a PVA like Elmer's, or I used, what did I use? It's over here somewhere. Well, this time I used Elmer's Craft Bond to mix, and I was experimenting with that because I don't want to use a glue that dries shiny, because having too much shiny, I'd rather add shine than have to dull it down, if that makes sense. I prefer a more matte finish because I think it looks a little more realistic. And then whenever I add in like a shiny waxy leaf of like a plasticky silk floral or something, then it pops against the matte background. Whereas if everything's shiny, I don't know, it's a look, and sometimes it's not a look I want to go for. So there's not like necessarily a right or wrong way to do it. I just wanted to figure out what did what, so that now I understand the tools that are in my tool chest and the colors that are on my palette and how they work together. So this is Elmer's Craft Bond, and it came out really nice. And you can see, like, I tried, and that did not break off. But I used it. You can see I didn't quite get all of it, but that's okay. That shiny spot right there, that's a touch of hot glue. I used this to, like, no, not that noise, to just smush I mixed it up in a Dixie cup and just kind of push it. We'll show you whenever we get there, but just experimenting with different techniques and stuff. Oh, thank you, Lydia. I've never done cosplay yet. I just received my 2-part resin yesterday. The cosplay is awesome. You can buy it at cosplay.com. We sent some out in our March craft along kits, and we may be sending out some, probably we'll be sending some out again in the future. Do it a little later on, but what I'd like to do, honey, is get the firm cosplay. It's gray, but actually what we'll do is we'll use one of the doll tone ones because they have it in different firmnesses in the doll tones. So like a beige, because if the craft along project is to do a fairy house, that gives us a really nice base to paint over that will be easy to make look like a realistic mushroom, or it'll be a nice base to prime over and paint into whatever fantastical colors you want. So, but to be able to experience the cosplay not in just this super sticky state, because it's not my favorite. Like, I will tolerate this for the results because I love the results, but it's not my favorite to work with. I do believe I've been streaming for an hour. I'm finally starting to calm down. Like, I got the zoomies hard, you guys, at the beginning of this stream. I'm just so excited to be streaming. Hey, Anika, how's it going? Ooh, Debbie says, how do I find out more information about the kits? There should be a link down in the video description for you on YouTube. But if you're starting from our website, backtoearthcreations.com, there's going to be a bar across the top that has different categories. And one of those will be join our club. I'm just dusting when it's so crumbly. I just dust my hands off into the trash. I hate that sensation. Tracy says your zoomies are always fun to watch. Love your enthusiasm. Right on. It's sometimes I'll get the zoomies so hard I get frustrated with myself. So I just hope I'm not, because there's always, they let me know in the comments, there's always somebody here who's like, I'm here to learn, not hear you talk. And I'm like, I'm sorry they clicked on my face and are mad. Thank you for leaving a comment though. It actually really helps out the channel. So okay. Hello, new here. I found you scrolling. Well, hey Kathleen, how's it going? Welcome to our live stream today. I'm making a fairy house using a bottle for the base, a glass bottle specifically. You could also use a jar or probably any other kind of this glass is very delicate. This stuff that's so thin walled. I like something that can survive shipment with liquids in it because it has to at least hold up to those conditions. Whereas some of these decorative things, look at that. That's so, I think part of it is chipped off. Yeah. But that's just a testament to how delicate it is, which I love the look of it, but it's just something to keep in mind that can be difficult to work around. Go move Marcellus to over here so he can see what everybody's doing. Oh wow, Lydia, that's really cool. But yeah, on the join our club, Debbie, there'd be a information about, and it'll link you to where if you just want one kit for that month, but we have all of the information about that on there that hopefully will be helpful to you. And you can also always send us an email and we'll do our best to send you where you need to go. How are you doing today, Kathleen? Okay, so again, just rolling out some clay. This stuff takes me a while, but I'm glad this isn't really something that I'm making for sale. This may actually be, I don't know, I haven't talked to Randy about it. If not this one, then we will be making one similar to this, possibly as a giveaway. I'd like to start doing giveaways again. I kind of miss doing our Monday shop update videos where we also did a giveaway where, if you leave a comment, it puts your name in the hat. Now, so much depends on how busy we're going to be, so it might just be a single time thing, but I just wanted to let you guys know that was something that has been in my mind that I've been missing, is getting to have that interaction with y'all. And I loved doing the giveaway and the drum roll and the woo, you have a winner. It's fun stuff. Okay. Oh my god, this is taking so much clay. Do what? Oh, really? Well, I've almost used up all of my clay, which is concerning. Crumbly stuff, though. But whenever it's baked, as crumbly as it is right now, whenever the Cos clay is baked, it's still flexible. So I'm hoping, I want to test it on one of these fairy houses to see how it holds up to being outside year round. Because if I could use Cos clay to do some really fine miniature stuff, we might be able to make molds and stuff. But there's things that I like to do in sculpting that I just have not seen done. I've certainly not pulled off myself, but I've not seen done in mold cast replicas. It's certainly at the very least out of my current skill set. But so even if we could make resin stuff, I'd like to see how the Cos clay holds up to living out in the garden for years, just to test its thresholds. Oh, your kitty watches the chickens. Right on. Kathleen says great. Oh, that's good to hear. Okay, so we're going to snake this up. Oh my God, it's glowing already. Huh? Oh, we didn't win. That's okay. I've got you, babe. Ooh, Ernest says, hello. Are you possibly accepting orders for wire wrapping? Possibly. It depends on what you have in mind. Truly, the best thing to do is to send us an email to backtoearthcreations@yahoo.com with just either a picture or a description of what you are interested in, as well as what kind of budget you're interested in working within. Because oftentimes, like, people will be like, well, how much will you charge for, a wire wrapped crystal? It sounds like it's not a complicated question, but it's like, well, how fancy of a crystal are you talking? Because I can make it as expensive as you want. But it's a lot of the times, if you're like interested in spending $30 on a custom wire wrap, that gives me a much better idea of what to design for you versus if you're interested in like a $300 wire wrap. I can do a wire wrapped crystal in both, but I like to know what you're interested in so we can make that happen. It just gives me confines to function within. What's up, baby? Because the peaches don't clean well? Oh, I didn't get to have a sip of it. It's okay. Maybe next time. It didn't have any vodka in it, so I'm good. Well, if I'm going to be drinking sugar. Oh, okay. Let me find some for you. Oh, Z-Dog. Pardon me. Oh, big boy in the chair. Look at this dog, y'all. That's him sitting. That's his chair. This is our Z-Dog. Do you see? This is, yeah. These are his teeth, his dentures. Thank you, Yvette. He loves them. Oops. Uh-oh. There's Ember Cat. But yeah, are you ready? He'll just sit there holding his teeth. He's such a cutie patootie, and he loves chasing them because since they're not round, they bounce crazy when we throw it, and he'll chase it. He's like, how old is he now? 12? 70? 300? He's crossed oceans of time. We've been here for 13 years. This is a 15-year-old dog. Hot Jiminy, you look great. He is a dapper gentleman. And a scholar. Okay, I'm getting Randy Clay. Oh, what color does this glow? Green. I can tell it's green. Yeah, that's green. So Cosclay has thank you, baby, a green glow clay and a blue glow clay, and you can actually take them and marble them together. And if I had them both right now and they were prepped and ready, I'd send them through this here pasta machine, and have them marbled together, kind of like how you would if you were doing like a green blend where you had 3 different colors of green and you just fold and roll until it's nice and marbled. World is Strange says 13 years. Really? I feel like it's only been 5 since y'all left Tennessee. It might have only been 12, but it was 2013 when we moved here, the spring of 2013. So that's 12 years. So maybe he's just 14. We need to stop rounding up on the passage of time. It gives me constant anxiety. Because it's like, because Dragon Con's like, we'll be like, how long? Okay. May, June, July, August. Ah! No! Randy. We only have 4 months. Do what? No. But we'll just be like, oh, it's 4 months away. And then we'll be halfway through this month. And we'll be like, oh, it's 3 months away. Because we'll just round. And so that constant pressure, it'll be fine. 2013 was only 5 years ago, right? Right? Oh, Tracy, I love it. It's like a Christmas countdown. 124 days till Dragon. You know what we should do? You know what we should do right now is make it like a Christmas advent calendar, but for the week leading up to Dragon Con. But it's just like a little box of like liquor and chocolate, basically. With like an encouraging note from past us to be like, you can do it. You've made it this far. Look at you go. What do you think? Yeah, it's like you're way farther behind than you thought you'd be. Like, and one of them would be like, "Why do you keep doing this to yourself?" Oh, I'd love the one of maybe next year you should start the Dragon Head sooner than 2 weeks before Dragon Con. I ain't doing it. 2 weeks before Dragon Con or not at all. I should probably start sculpting dragon heads. That'll be next week. Tracy says, dude, yes. Tracy, I'll make one for you if you want to make one for me. They don't have to be complex, but we'll just like swap them or something. Just 1 week. We'll have to talk about it. Yeah, a little 7-day advent calendar for the week before Dragon Con. Oh man, Lydia says, hey Joseph, how are you doing today? Joseph says, hi. Lydia says, I've been watching you 10 plus years. Oh my gosh, you have. And remember, so many years you and Randy were only high school sweethearts. And still are, yeah. No, I think Randy graduated in like 2005. And I had graduated in 2007. But we had been living together for about a year already at that point. I think I posted my very first video in 2012. The Mayan apocalypse. Yeah, I don't mind if there's cat hair in it. That's just structure. Yeah, so long as it's not on the surface, I don't mind a bit. If I get like bits of pet fur and stuff, it's probably not great for it. I don't have any evidence, but I just had to stop stressing it because I couldn't keep the cat hair out of it. Oh, Ember, she's table dancing. There's Ember. Also, you can get cat on the clay, but don't get clay on the cat. Same jerky rules. No promises. I don't even think that was in frame, but look at that kitty. She's helping. Maybe you should have started dyeing in May, not August. And it's like, thanks, pass me. Yeah, remember last year when you said you wouldn't do this again? How's that going? So shut up. Is it a mockingbird? You're a mockingbird? Ooh, level 4 World of Strange. So one of the new things that I want to have for Dragon Con this year, in addition to making the dragon heads again, is leaf masks. To keep from putting too much pressure on my hand, I'm going to draw up the templates. And my friend James, who is a very skilled and talented leather worker now, like we've known him since before he started leather working. So to see how far he's come just in the short time that he's been doing it is phenomenal. But I'm going to have him cut them out for me because he's very good at it, quite frankly. And I'd rather pay him to do it and then spend what energy and, pain-free crafting I have on doing the tooling. But I want to do like the layered leaf masks that we had talked about probably a year and a half ago. It's going to be nice to be back to leatherworking again. So how's it going, baby? Well, you do leaf masks, so cool. Oh, well, thank you. And I want to do the horns with them. That would be so cool because if we could cut through the foam with the laser again, that would make horn production. How the Glowforge did cut through the 6mm foam, the smell was just horrible. If we get the school, and sorry, yeah, the big old rabbit jump on that one, sorry. Well, but if we had the space for a laser, and if we were able to use the foam, I wonder, can you laser cut thermoplastic? I know that the fumes are going to be absolutely noxious. Because you can cut through acrylic and that stuff melts in drapes. Oh, everything caught fire. Did sawdust and glue? I don't know, because it's not like aerosol sawdust. I did just miss a call. Ooh, Ooh, Ernest says, I'll send you the information about the stone in my budget. I'm at work right now. Oh, Ernest, that'll be perfect. I'm sorry, I got distracted. So now another thing that's really nice about the Cos clay is it's very sculptable. And this is something that I'm discovering at this moment, that at first I didn't like that it was so soft, but now I'm realizing it really helps it to behave like a clay more than a modeling, polymer clay, plasticky clay. I mean, it's still plasticky feeling, but I can't smooth with my finger like this on Sculpey. Like, not the Primo for sure. Oh, right on. Well, that might be for the best, you know? Ooh, and that's so cool. This is a really interesting way if you stacked different colors, or if we did like a gradient, and then if we blended this down like a Skinner blend, that'd be really cool, because then we could see how the colors smear and blend, and then we could even sand it a little bit to see. It would almost look like Fordite, perhaps. But for now, since I'm doing this style, I wouldn't put in all that work just for me to cover it with a second color of clay. Oh, Randy, you are the best wizard's apprentice on the face of the earth. Did you know that? What's up? That you're prepping my clay. Thank you. What happened? Oh, I forgot to tell you, I'm teaching my first tutorial in a workshop May 3rd on TikTok. Oh my gosh! Do you have like a time? Like, can we come watch? Oh, Laura, that's gonna be awesome. What are you teaching? Tell me everything. Joseph says, love the dragon eyes you do and the ears you do. Well, thank you so much. I'm glad that you like them. It's been a minute, but one of our friends was recommending to us that a couple of folks now have recommended to us, all in like the past like week or two, it seems. Time's a construct. The oddities and curiosity expos. I think like our tentacle stuff and different things would do, and the eyeballs would do really well there. And I've really been wanting to make more, so that gives me a perfect reason to beef up on the creepy fae. I'm just very excited. Oh my gosh. So I'm just going to keep petting this mushroom until to get all the lines out. Is there an easier way? This is hurting my skin. Let me get my spoons out of their holster. I can't reach it. I've got this big head and these little arms. All right. What's up, baby? So I've been learning the spoons for a few years. I'm not making any progress, but I'm having fun with it. So that part's really hard. But I'm going to use my spoons. Oh, this is very nice. Okay. Maybe a smaller spoon. Do what, baby? 9:30 Eastern. In the morning or in the evening? Is it? Oh, okay. Oh, this is so much better. Like tools, yeah. Wow. Wow. And if I have any low spots, this is a wonderful opportunity to just kind of pop that in there. I like the way the dots look. Okay, but that's not what we're doing right now. What? I like sculpting now. But yeah, any. Oh, I heard you going, oh, I like dogs. What'd you say? A dog. I hate dogs. And Amy kept going, no, you don't. Can you send her that video then? Okay, did she laugh? I don't know. Oh, the last day. Gotcha. How'd the dog get inside, sir? Well, I just put up a doggy door in case doggy want to come on in. In case a puppy want to come on in. Oh, goodness. Y'all, get yourself a spoon. That does the trick. What? Why are you laughing? I was being very serious. I was being very serious.
In the past, I don't know, 400 years.
They're good. Spoons are good.
Oh, get yourself a spoon. You can eat soup.
You can eat soup, says Randy. AM. Okay. 3 simple wire rings, a jeweled pendant, an unbridled arrowhead, or see with a small tutorial on beginner wire wrapping. Okay. Got it. 1 cannonball, 1 spoon. And then we have to balance the cannonball. It's a test of strength. Crafter hand strength. Oh, this is super tricky. Can you carry the cannonball in the spoon? All right. Randy pointed at me with serious face. But I did it. Also, you want to see what else I can do with 2 spoons? I'm not allowed to show that on YouTube. Nope. Oh my gosh. I feel so cheerful today in a way that... And you guys, the first time ever our irises are blooming. And these are Randy's grandma irises. So it's so wonderful to see them bloom. But it's just... And I didn't even notice it the first time I walked through the garden. And it was just... Oh, thank you, baby. The most... I'll post a picture on the Vonster Vlog YouTube channel where we do our garden stuff. It's beautiful. Her irises are purple on the bottom, white on the top, like the bottom petals are purple. So it's so... And the stamens are bright yellow, like the little throats. Like it was so beautiful. I want to sculpt little iris fairies. That'd be fun. Because I can't, when I see the neighbors' irises blooming, I can't like get up in like and look at... I like looking at the flowers. So that's why I plant them in my own yard, so I can be as close to them as I want without being like obtrusive. Just took 13 years for them to bloom. But we had transplanted them from Tennessee, and I think they were very acclimated to the clay soil that they were in. And so it's taken them a long time.
Bad news, we're moving back.
Bad news, we're moving back. Because, yeah, as soon as they got used to it. But and all the allium are popping off. It's just... We'll do another garden tour update over on the Vonster Vlog. But, man, that spoon was game-changing. Randy, may I ask you for your assistance on another thing? Could you get the oven preheating to 275? 275. Aw, thank you, Lydia. Okay, so I'm just making sure we have... I presumed. I'm sorry. Thank you, honey. But just to come home to... Oh, and the yard needs mowed so bad. Like, it's up to our knees. But it's all wild gardenia, or wild geranium, sorry. So they have these tiny little blooms, so it's just beautiful. So before I mow it, I want to get a little bit of like pictures and footage. It's just I have just a weedy yard. I just let it go to flower. So the stars of Bethlehem, I was right. The ones that we mow don't bloom. If we don't mow them, they bloom beautifully. So I think I'm going to pull all the ones that are up in our mow areas where we like walk through. I'm going to dig those up and move them to the fence lines. So... hey, Trickcatcher Moon says, I missed the start. How'd the con go? It was phenomenal. We had such a good time. It was the best year we've had, like, ever. Like, it was a record-breaking year, like, event for us. Hopefully the whole year will be record-breaking. We kind of need it to, because Randy and I found a property that we are going to go for. We're trying it. We're going to... Ooh... I'm not entirely certain how we're going to do it yet, because I don't know, should I, like, just take in suggestions and just brainstorming out loud. One of the things that we could do is we could take out a small loan and try to fix this house up, to increase its value for what it could sell for. But my concern is that takes time, and I want to get this school it's a derelict, needs a new roof, needs demolished back to the studs, like school, which would be amazing. I'm really afraid of somebody else buying it, which maybe it'll be their dream come true and we'll find something else better. But, so I'm going to be devastated when somebody else buys it, but I have to try. Like, if something makes my heart just go supernova with excitement like this, like, I mean, as far as the spark of inspiration goes, like, there's some things lately that have been, like, I went a long time without feeling much of a spark, and I was just pulling out of creativity out of hard work. But to feel the spark of, like, okay, like, taking that 2 months off for, like, workaholic rehab really helped help the signal get sparking again. And then there's things that it's like, oh, I feel ignited, like going to a live music concert. I felt ignited. I feel like I'm going supernova on this, you guys. Like, my heart's just pounding thinking about it. Like, so if it doesn't work out, I will be devastated. But I know that the seeds of these dreams can take root wherever we end up. So, but it's the dream that I'm excited about. The school just fits it really well. So, what's up, baby? Spankatopia? Spinal column. Sorry, I'm sitting it looks like you sculpted a spinal column out of a marshmallow. No, but like, because of the color. Like, but it looks like you sculpted the spinal column. Like, does that make sense? Uh-huh. I'm sorry I'm bad at giving compliments. I thought it was cool that you achieved. No, not. Oh my God. That's not at all how I meant it, baby. It was extra cool to me because it looked like you achieved marshmallow and spinal column. Like, the texture. I couldn't sculpt a marshmallow. I'd eat it. And polymer clay tastes terrible no matter how cute it looks. Or how many times you set it on fire. My old elementary school got turned into a house after they closed it down. What they did with it looks so awesome. Really? What'd they do with it? Yeah, it'd be amazing. It's pretty, it's honestly just as in the city as this house is. It's just the town has a population of like 500. So it's not very developed, so we're not going to be. And also it's on 5 acres instead of here we're on literally a quarter of an acre. So, initially when we were younger, we were like, we want 200 acres. We'll put our house in the middle of it. We want 5 acres. We want the house in the middle of it. That'll be plenty enough to keep me busy, and I'll be able to landscape, honestly, hopefully every inch of it. This is going to mean employees. This is going to mean, growing the business in ways that are kind of terrifying but very exciting. But do what, babe? Oh, who? Yes. Tasher says, want to see? I could email you some links. It was in the news a few times around here. 100% yes. Like, just because it's so hard. I was trying to find a video on YouTube of somebody renovating an old school just to see what we might be getting into. And I couldn't find anything. I did find one video that's like 2 to 4 hours long. I don't recall, but about doing what we're interested in doing, but on a warehouse. So it's not a school, but it seemed pretty parallel that surely we won't learn nothing that's of value. Something in there will be a gem, surely. 5 acres? Hell yes. Yes. Banana bread at work? Yes. Hell yes. I'm capable of being calm and composed. Okay. Do what, honey?
Whenever we were setting up, we spent like the whole time setting up going, banana bread
at work? Yeah. But then they started chiming in. And that was wonderful. Like, Anime St. Louis was wonderful from the moment we left the house. Like, it was a beautiful drive. We were listening to Grave Peril by Jim Butcher on audiobook. Beautiful day. Just like really stunning. I got to see wisteria growing wild. And there's some tree with flowers that go like this. Like they're hanging down. Like, but it's like, oh, I hear the oven. That's blooming all over the place. That was really pretty. The red buds are done and gone for the season, but they were really gorgeous earlier in the year too. We got there. We stopped at a Buc-ee's on the way and got some like jerky, and we did. Oh, you got a sausage biscuit.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Oh, and I got a whole bunch of pocket jelly and mayonnaise for in the booth because Buc-ee's has condiments. And I was kind of counting on it because we brought a squeeze tube of peanut butter. And so I was able to get some packets of like grape and strawberry jelly. It's good stuff.
That was your snack.
It's my snack in the booth. And then also, you can also, if you don't want to make a sandwich, you can just tear it one hand the peanut butter and the other hand the jelly. Tear the jelly open, mouthful of jelly, mouthful of peanut butter, and then you just eat the banana. And that way I don't have to fool around with burrito skins or tortillas. Because we brought them, but I didn't bring enough for us to eat them in the booth and with the crock pot dinner. So I made notes to bring 2 packs of tortillas next time. The last day?
Yeah, cooler soup.
I didn't mean to make cooler soup. One of the lids on the bottles wasn't on all the way, and I made cooler soup. Because it's an electric cooler, so you don't need to be putting liquids in it. Or like ice or anything. You just gotta have it plugged in. Yeah, it was okay. But like, everything tasted like cooler soup afterwards because like the Ziploc bag of like cheese cubes was all watery. And so the grapes were kind of like cheesy. Ooh, Cat and Cauldron says you might be able to get a grant to help with the renovation. That's very exciting. I hadn't considered that to help with the renovation. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's true. There might be some sort of like arbor or farming or agricultural or botanical grant because I want it to be a botanical garden. Like, because that'd be amazing, like, and I missed it this year, but they've got to be having another festival before too long at Baker Creek in Mansfield, Missouri. Yeah, we didn't go this year because of the tornado warnings. Like, there were storms all weekend, and we didn't want to go to a camping event or go driving, 3 hours each direction in that kind of weather. So we missed their tulip festival. But I want to go not just to experience the festival, but to take notes on what we like or, what we think could be improved upon, or not necessarily that they're not doing well, but how could it be changed so that it fits what we want to do better, so it's just brainstorming. It's like for all the conventions we had gone to Vend, we actually went to a couple in 2019 when we were putting together the Craftalong Con. Yeah, ended up getting canceled, but honestly, it was probably for the best. Pandemic and everything, but we got to learn a whole lot for realsies, like, because we were selling tickets and stuff, we had to refund everybody, but we got to learn a whole lot without actually ending up biting off more than we could chew. Because I'm pretty sure we would have, no matter what we do in something like this, we're gonna bite off more than we can chew. That's just how we function. And so if we count on, being overburdened, then it helps us to be a little more conservative with what we're still going to try, but we're going to be cautious. And so we're trying to be bold and cautious in a good balance. Laura? Look into 501c3 nonprofits. Okay. Or a business loan. We were considering business loans too. Yeah. So the BTE Botanical Garden and Art Center sounds cool. Definitely needs a solid business plan for any grants. Okay. And that's Laura says I was one of those refunds. And everybody was very understanding and fantastic about it. So it's that we got to learn all of that, like kind of makes it feel like a rough draft for what we'll one day get to do. They're called Schoolhouse Homestead. Ooh, okay. Thank you, Amanda. I'll search that. Ooh, ginger candy. Oh, yes. Nikki being Nikki says, "Oh, you went to St. Louis? I didn't know you were local." We live in Joplin, Missouri, so it's only like a 4-hour drive to St. Louis. So that's relatively local as far as things go. Yeah, thank you, Amanda. Oh, Ernest says, "What materials are expensive to wrap with?" Um, sterling silver. I can do silver tone. I'm sorry it took me so long to answer you. We can do like an antique copper, an antique like vintage bronze tone, which is like more of a gold undertone, and then the silver tone, or we can do a bright copper that those four you don't have to worry about polishing them and they won't tarnish. We could do bare copper, which will tarnish, but you can oxidize and they're very beautiful. It may also turn your skin green, just to let you know. And then sterling silver, which does oxidize and does benefit from polishing, and is the most expensive option. So all of these ones would cost the same. The bare and plated wires cost the same. Do what, honey? But the silver won't turn your skin green. As far as I'm aware, I've seen some sterling silver that like needs polished. Thank you, baby. My gosh, you're a powerhouse. I think that's all I'll need. So you can certainly be sure to wash your hands before you eat more jerky, okay? No, we talked about this. No clay on the jerky. Randy. He's just looking at me going, all right. So let's see. It's a little beefier through here than I wanted because we're doing a whole nother layer on top of this too. So I want to take some of the beef off. Okay, definitely look into a 501.3C nonprofit. It's Midwest local. I'm over here by Itchville, Illinois. I like that Midwest local. Ain't that the truth? I did not understand that when we moved here. Because where we used to live in Tennessee, it was like maximum 17-hour drive. We could be anywhere we wanted to be, short of going across the Midwest to the West Coast. We could be as far north as Baltimore, as far south as Tampa, or as far west as like St. Louis or Iowa. You know, and back then we could do some. I say we, but it's Randy does all of our driving. He used to be able to pull 17-hour days behind the wheel, and I'm glad that we don't make ourselves do that anymore. Because that was really hard. Like, but it's what we needed to do because we couldn't afford a hotel. So we'd pull over and sleep and then get, just sleep in the car with all of our booths. So we couldn't even like lean back. But we did what we needed to do and he got us there. It's a witch's hat. It is. And I love that. And so I wanted them to look like sisters, not twins. Like if I wanted them to be exactly the same, and I don't have anything against 3D printing, but if I wanted them to be exactly the same, I just 3D print them. I hand sculpt so that each one can just be whatever it is that it's going to be. Down to about 5.5 hours at a time now as far as driving. Right on. Past that's just miserable though. Like, and even the 4 hours from St. Louis after teardown, that was hard. Like, we don't know what the future holds, but we're thinking it. I think I might suggest to Randy that we get a hotel for Sunday night for next year, just because after such a long weekend and then the 4-hour drive. But even if we don't stay in like the convention hotel, baby. Hey, Randy. It does. It depends entirely on the pets, but but we'll have to see what the future holds. But that would be nice because it was hard. Like, and I don't want us falling asleep behind the wheel. Like that's worth paying the whatever much for a hotel room. I miss back when it was like $50. Now there's some places between here and there that, and this is of course assuming we get back into Anime St. Louis, they're juried every year, which I'm not against because it keeps it a really high quality dealer's room. But I'm always scared I'm gonna be a cut, and so which I'll understand. You know, we've been there for so many years, but we always try to bring new stuff and we always try to do our best. And I think the organizers see that. And so presuming that we get in, you know, we make it through the jury next year. We may get a hotel instead of, because it was miserable. And Randy did the 12 hours from Texas on the way down. We only stopped twice and he just powered through. But on the way back up, we stopped. We almost checked into a nursing home instead of, we thought it was a Best Western. And, but
Talk about that a little bit more?
no, I don't know. We thought we had walked into a cult because there wasn't any buildings or anything. They just held the door open for us, and they were like, "How you doing?" Because there was tornado warnings and stuff. So we were like, "It's 12:30 in the morning. There's tornadoes." The GPS took us to this building. There was a Best Western, like if it's like "Go High School Mascot" sign that you put in your yard. That material said Best Western, and I bought it. I'm easy to trick. Like, they could have just been kidnapping us, but we walked in and, like, because there were people out over the part where you'd go in and, yeah, to like unload and check in. And so we were like, I guess they're open, because we didn't see any signage or like really much lighting. And we've stayed in hotels that used to be nursing homes before, because like that one in next to that antique shop with the roses and the pond out back, that used to be a retirement home. Like, so we just accepted it. They held the door open for us and we just went in, and like in the lobby there was nothing. Like, there was no furniture. There was lots of clearance and stuff so you can have room to move chairs and beds and things. But there was like no like hotel like lounge area with like the cardboard couches and stuff that nobody ever sits on. None of that. And then we look over and it's just people sitting in a circle, like, yeah, two French doors so you can see through the glass, and everybody's just like sitting in a circle, and we're like, is this the Best Western? And they were like, oh no, we get that all the time there. And they told us, you know, we weren't even supposed to get back on the main road. We just turned to the right. We were tired, and any port in a storm, and there were literal tornadoes. So we almost checked our, they were gonna check us in, like, yeah. They had asked Randy, they were like, how you doing? And he was like, exhausted. And they were like, you've come to the right place. And so we thought it was a hotel. It's fine. We got there in the end, and it was wonderful to sleep. I'm looking at applying to some more juried markets. Better for my niche, but super intimidating. Fear is a mile wide. It's like if fear were a body of water, it's a mile wide, but it's only an inch deep. Do it. Try. The worst they can say is no. Now, some of them, they charge you money too. And those ones I'm always leery of, because that could be a business racket in and of itself, is pretending like you have a craft fair and just being like, oh, it's juried. You have to pay, you know, $30 to get, and then you just never have the event. And it's like, I would hate to get duped like that. Like, we got duped like that by a convention in Florida. Do you remember all those years ago? We lost like $250 for the booth fee twice. Oh, they were two different ones, but they were both in Florida. And it was like within the same year. So whenever I booked one and booked the other, I didn't realize they were by the same organizer. And well, I didn't realize that the organizer was a scam artist. And so, but that's how you learn. So I'd be leery of ones that are charging, but other than that, the worst they can say is no. You can check in anytime you like, but you can never leave. Exactly. We'd rather spend a little more money to drive in the sunlight. Yes. Yes. Triquetcher says, I was scared to do markets at first, but they've been great so far. Oh, really? What's your favorite part? Triquetcher says, just did a market on Saturday, and at one point I thought, hey, me and Vaughn are doing the same thing right now. Right? Oh, that's so cool. Because, like, I think Sarah had an event as well, like Iron Star Designs. Oh my God, and her booth looked great. All of her wire wrapping and everything. And Kane's Chains had an event with all of, you know, their chainmail and stuff. So it was very cool. Can't have the green skin. 925 all day. Gotcha, Ernest. Bodega says, the story you just told reminds me of when I accidentally thought a crematorium was a restaurant until I did a double check on the sign. Oh no. Got anything good to eat in there? Biscuits and mushrooms. I love seeing people's reactions to my stuff, something I don't get to see with online purchases. Oh my god. And that's what I love about the markets and stuff, like getting to vend in person, because just getting to have that interaction with folks that it's can't get, like, I mean, I love getting to hang out with y'all here in the live streams, but it's nothing compared to whenever we get to hang out in person. It's enough to get me by, like but gosh, the breath of fresh air that it is to get to sit around the campfire with you guys and stuff at the camp along. I look forward to that all year, and getting to like see y'all whenever we vend. And okay, I gotta pop this into the oven. I've got to start making some progress on this project, you guys. But I'm having such a blast hanging out and stuff too, so. Oh, Protect-A-Clear. I've never used that. What's that like, Gomnut? Trequetcha says, I always get a boost of energy after market, seeing how people enjoy my stuff and getting outside. Yeah, oh, we went out and, well, Randy stayed in the hotel room to sleep because he's very reasonable like that. But Maddie, Amy, and I, you were very tired, and you earned every bit of being exhausted, babe. Like, all of us worked crazy hard this weekend, but we're exhausted but exhilarated. But Maddie, Amy, and I went and like walked around the convention we haven't done this in ages because we're always not staying in the con hotel. So once we get back to our hotel, we're in. Like, we don't want to have to drive again. We want to, get into jams, like have our showers, jam up, and like relax. But being in the con hotel, we were able to like relax. The crock pot never got started that day, so the pork and potatoes were raw, and the pork was spoiled from sitting there, just room temperature all day. Like, I didn't want to risk it, so we ordered calzones from Sauce on the Side. So good. And so we waited a while for those to get delivered because it was busy, because it was dinner time. And then we went out and we spun poi in the parking lot. And Amy got some video, and Maddie and I were spinning because I have my LED poi again. Those are repaired and I had the veils on them. And I got to meet one feller who, I feel so bad. I know his name is Zach, but I couldn't pick him out of a lineup because he had so much like raver gear and stuff on that unless he were in that exact outfit again, I don't think I'd be able to recognize him. But he came over and he was like, y'all look so cool. What are you doing? Like, that is awesome. And so I taught him to spin poi, and he took right to it. I'm ducked to water completely. And it was just so neat to get to have that interaction. And with flow arts, if you flow, they will come. Like, it's, if you build it, they will come. Like, all I have to do, anywhere that I'm at, I could be in a Walmart parking lot. If I go out and start spinning poi, within about 5 to 10 minutes, other flow artists will have come out of the bushes they'll just like out of the vehicles and with their flow props, and we'll just like jam. And so it had been so long since I hadn't jammed with anybody since my niece Olivia was here. We got to spin poi a little bit, and I gave her one of my sets of glow spin balls that are LED poi. But prior to that, it was the camp along, and that is way too long to wait in between jam sessions, because the Friday night ones are still fun, but it's not quite the same as getting to dance with my friends. Out of the bushes, moths to the flame, exactly. Do what, honey? Gotcha. Ooh, coffee run. Hey, baby. May I have some coffee, please? Thank you. Well, here. I'll be right back, you guys. But yeah, we spun poi, and it was awesome. And this one chick came out of the bushes and had like a flow star, which I'd never seen before, like in person. I'd seen him on the TikTok, but oh man, you guys, it was so cool. She did this like thing where like she rolled, like she'd toss it like it was a pizza, and then she rolled it across. I don't know if it was her chest or her back, but it was very cool, and it was just a lot of fun. And then we went to bed. So, which I love, bed by 11. So I'll be right back because I got to put this in the oven. 275 for like, we're going to be baking it again, so I'm only going to do it for like 20 minutes. Alrighty, y'all, I am back. Let's get the microwave, or not the microphone on. Sorry. Okay, let's see. Oh, hey, Love and Loops. Let's see. I think I missed some comments. Let me catch up. Love and Loop says, I just did my first market last month. It benefits the Alzheimer's Association. Oh, that's cool, and that's the best part. LOL, wind was horrible. Oh no, in Florida, across from a lake. And tents and products were flying all over. Oh no. Oh, that's rough. Unsolicited tip, binder clips, because we use these grid things. I can show y'all. I can show you. Okay, first off, this is the iris by the Mermaid Pond. Like, it's just, I love it. I love it so much. There's two big, beautiful iris blooms. And I got to smell lilacs around the fountain at Anime St. Louis, that's the bushes that all the flow artists came out of, were the lilac bushes around this fountain that's in like the Embassy Suites like parking lot. It's gorgeous, and the air was literally heavy. Like the way that humid air feels in your nostrils is how this scent felt of the lilacs. And I've never experienced that before. And I didn't even know that was out there. It's because I'm a workaholic and never leave the dealer's room except for to go sleep in my hotel room. Let's see. So I'm finding a picture of the booth. Okay. So here you can see we have these little grid squares that are like college dorm. You can set them up, break them down like little shelves with these little corner connectors. And I use the 1-inch binder clips to come up underneath. We're about to see, you see these up here? Whenever we have an easel back, like, am I able to pause this? How do I, okay, there, it's paused. So these, I can zoom in. These easel back ones, how they have that easel, whenever we have them on the top shelf. Oh, thank you, honey. Let's see. Oh, how do I pause it? Oh my gosh. Right here. It's very blurry, but that's on the top, whereas these are on, so there's a lot of wobble and they catch wind like crazy. But one of those binder clips clipping through the wire of the grid onto that easel back, I can straight up bump into the table like quite hard, and none of our displays fall off. So, and if it's super windy, 2 binder clips. And so we designed that element into our easel back displays so that we could do a show, or we could bump, because I especially when I wear the costume in the booth. 20 minutes, please. Whenever I wear costumes and stuff, I'm knocking into everything. I don't know if it's that I'm not paying attention or I don't see, but I have a difficult time not wrecking the city. Okay, so we're going to condition some more clay. Oh, I didn't see the binder clip, but yeah, so it's like, if this is the wire of the mesh, you'd clip around it like that, and then it would latch onto, that would be the back of the easel. So you might still get some like wobbling and stuff, but you're not going to be it's not going to be catching air like a kite. Those grid spheres are amazing. I love using them. Right? I love them as well. Ooh, Triquetcha says, I was actually very surprised how well my event went too. It ended up raining and it was a little cold, but people still came out and bought stuff. It was great. I also tried a new booth layout and I think it worked a lot better. What'd you go from and what did you go to? Like, tell me about that, because we're considering, since Maddie's going to be in college, there's a strong possibility that she's not going to be able to help us in the booth. So instead of having 4 people, we're just going to have 3. And so we're considering doing a modified booth setup so that the jewelry frontage is a little smaller, so that it's easier for Randy to handle by himself while Amy and I do costumes and stuff. So, and I'm scared because it's, what we've been doing has been working really well and I don't want to mess with it, but it's also, I don't want to, I don't know. And sometimes it's hard because it's not always about making the right choice. It's about making the choice right. So whatever we choose, we're going to figure it out, even if it ends up going back. But I don't know if the risk reward, is worth it at this point. Levin Loop says, I currently sell in a Sticks and Bricks boutique, but I'll definitely try markets again. Right on. That's an awesome idea. I used heavy duty Velcro on some, but near the end of the day, they were even blowing off. But I'll definitely look into the grids. That's what I store yarn in. Right on. So you're already familiar with them. And we've been using this same set of grids for like ever since we bought them. So a while. It's been a minute. And some of them wear out, but you know, it's okay. It's been a decade. I'll allow it. So for the next, while that's in the oven, we've got our mushroom core baking. Do it, honey? I'm sorry, I thought you said something. So I'm just rolling the clay out. I gotta get these spoons under control. They are everywhere. But yeah, I liked this. This was a piece of like sample countertop that they were just tossing out at Lowe's. But it's porous feeling, like as porous as a stone could be, you know, but it's not high polish. There's little pits and grooves and stuff. And so stuff builds up in there and then gets stuck in my polymer clay. So I think I'm going to swap it out for a different piece of salvaged marble and then use this one for like leather working. I think that would be just fine. Do what, honey? Oh, okay. Oh, Lydia says, is Maddie coming home soon to visit? No, this was our last summer with Maddie, we think, which is we need to move back to Tennessee because I'm not living my life like that. I'm going back to Tennessee. Like, my family's there. Like, we're going to miss our friends, but honestly, they see our dogs. We see each other's dogs because we house sit for each other more than we see each other, which breaks my heart. But we've got a camping trip planned, like just us to like get to be together. And we're testing out future camp along locations. But it's because it's that way. It's her and her family's camping trip that Randy and I also come on, if that makes sense. So it's really sweet that they have us along. But we'll still do our camping trips with them, so we'll still get to see them. But I need to be closer to home. And Missouri was only ever supposed to be temporary. The time grows wide between the stepping stones. It really does. Oh, Triquetra Moon says, originally I had my 6-foot table in the front and a 4-foot table butted next to it going towards the back of the tent. Almost no one would go around to the side, so that table is basically empty. I ended up going with the viral Z formation. I switched my 4 and 6-foot table places and a small 3-foot table along the back wall. I can send some pictures if you want to see before and after. That'd be amazing. What's the viral Z formation? Okay, so this is conditioned enough that we can send it through the pasta machine. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm just thinking about if we had at the school. I don't know how the interior of the school is set up, so I don't know, but just all the ideas and everything. I'm so excited just to be thinking about it. So I don't know, to go on something I was talking about a little earlier, I don't know if do I talk to a real estate agent or do I talk to my bank first? Like, I guess I just need to pick one and go, because if I need to talk to the bank first, the real estate agent will let me know. So, but do I talk to the real estate agent about purchasing the property, like the one selling the property, or do I find a real estate agent for my own house to find out? I don't know what the right way to do this is, or like, not necessarily the right way, but what's like best practices, you know, like what's like when I go to the DMV, I know what to expect more or less, that I'm going to need these different things and this is the order that I should do stuff in. More or less. Do it, honey? Yeah, like I know if I'm going to try to pay my property taxes, I need to bring my 4th grade report card because there's always something that I didn't bring. Or like, gosh, this year, it was very frustrating. And I try to be patient, because if this is the biggest of my problems, what a blessing. But apparently, even though Randy and I's name are both on the title on our van, they sent the wrong one of us paid the property tax. So we had to like figure out how to get that changed over, which it took 4 hours to get tags for the van's license plate. Like, it was very frustrating. Okay, Laura says find a real estate person for yourself, then the bank. Your real estate agent contacts them. Okay. That is very good to know. Thank you. Thank you. My adultier adults. Like, oh, my real estate agent contacts them, as in the other agent. So do I need a real estate agent to talk to the real estate agent? Like, is this like lawyers? Are these house lawyers? Is that what real estate agents are? So I'm going to have to pay double real estate agent fees? I don't know how to buy a house. I'm going to have to watch like a YouTube tutorial. Pretty much. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I need to get a really good house lawyer then, huh? Like, oh no, Better Call Saul. What's that? Or blah blah blah. Oh, baby, this is good coffee. Thank you. All right, we got some coffee in our bloodstream. So I'm going to condition just a... Hey, baby, how are your hands? More clay conditioned? I love you so much. Thank you. You're always so helpful. Like, you could say no, and you could say no and I would still love you, but I really appreciate you helping. Like, I hope you know that. I do. We're on our third house. Oh, wow. Are you, like, I hope you... Did it go smooth every time? Like, what does going smooth look like? God, hi Chris. Sorry, is that a... Oh, let me see. Oh, hi Linda. Ooh, people talking to each other. I'm so sorry that I'm slow about chat, you guys, but I do love coming back through. If you guys have questions directly for me, if you do the @Back to Earth Creation, that highlights it, and that way I have a better idea that you're talking to me and not talk. I just don't want to miss any else questions. Oh, you pay one fee and they split it. Hangout. Oh, right on, Gamna. You're so cool. Thank you. No, most realtors get paid when the house sells. They don't normally get paid for helping you buy a house. It's an investment for future clients, or at least that's how it worked when I bought my house. Oh, okay. Am I going to have to join like the Freemasons Guild or the Illuminati? I mean, oh no. Oh, Randy says he can't do that again. I used to be a realtor and would be happy to give you all the inside scoop on how the basics works. Oh my God, please. That'd be amazing. I looked up best booth layouts, and on TikTok there was the viral Z shape. Basically a short table along the front, longer table down the middle of the tent, and a short table along the back wall. It gives more room for customers to walk, and it's a good traffic flow. U shape, while common, I guess, can overwhelm customers being surrounded by product. Okay, I can picture that. Like, do you sit here and the product is here? Well, I just did it on the screen. Because I like having my like little vendor corner where it's like employees only. Do what? Not the Masons, Illuminati maybe. Gotcha. Right on. Well, I've never seen that setup before. I'll have to consider that, because we're wanting to do our 10 by 20. We may do a version of that, you know? That's really cool. That is so helpful. Like, I'm pleased. Thank you. Randy, do you need the potato slicer or
Potato slicer?
Words are hard. The tissue blade. I do want potatoes. What happens on Monday? Oh, Boomer's barbecue is closed. Guess we'll have cheeseburgers. Oh yeah, the van's all full of everything. Okay. Well, and I have chicken defrosting anyways. We'll have chicken and carrot. Ow. We'll have chicken and carrots and like beans. It's a big. It used to be full of coffee, but now it's empty. I made sure of that. I've been drinking pretty consistently just 1 pot of coffee a day, but I didn't realize how much that would burn through my stockpile of like prepper coffee. It's not special. It's just waking up. Yeah. I've been reading too much of like a Pern and different things. No, not that. The Dragon Riders of Pern. Like but where it's like the last pot of coffee on the whole planet spilled and now that was it. Wouldn't that be the thing though? I had my shoulder replaced last week. Oh my gosh, Chris. Stuck without beating for 4 to 6 weeks. Oh, that's crazy making. Worse, maybe an HOA. There's no HOA, and swine are unlawful, and I'm not allowed to, like, I can't keep swine. I've been reading their city municipalities. I need to call them. Like, I want to call the city and ask, because it doesn't say that I can or can't have chickens, but it also doesn't say, usually if they have rules about it, they'll say rules about how many you can have or in what conditions you can't. A what? Yeah, there is. I don't know how many miles it is though, but it's relatively close. I think where they get you is you can't have chickens within such a proximity, like 100 feet from a human dwelling. And if the houses are real close together, then it keeps it out of the denser populated area. But we're on 5 acres. Or would be. But I want to find out if I can have goats or a horse, because if I could have a yard horse. Randy says not on 5 acres. But what if we did anyways? What about a donkey? Do what? He says maybe a yard pony, but what about a donkey? I'd rather have a donkey than a pony. Donkeys are just goofy ponies anyways. They're nicer, aren't they? And smarter. I'm just remembering that donkey from the petting zoo. That was the best donkey I've ever met in my life. I've only met like 5 donkeys, but that one was the best one. Yeah, I try to not think about that. I realized we went back a few years, about 10 years later, to the same petting zoo, and that donkey was there, but it was 10 years older as well, and it broke my heart because like these mean goats kept pushing the donkey away. So it's like if I could start a petting zoo retirement home for whenever, like, I would have rescued that donkey for when the donkeys get too old for getting fed and petted. They can come live on my farm, and I'll pet and feed them. Miniature horses. Ooh. Check out to see if the town has a website with info. We had found it, and I read all the municipality stuff, so I know how big of a fire I'm allowed to have before we need to get a permit. They really like to use the word unlawful. What? Do what? What about rabbits? Oh, I'd love to have rabbits again. Just having them as a part of our composting system for a good garden's foundation is healthy soil, and having rabbits and chickens to me are so crucial in being self-sufficient about our soil improvement. Once you get a donkey, you got to get another one or a horse or something else because they like friends, so it just means more animals. Oh no. Do donkeys and goats get along? Except for those ones at the petting zoo. That goat. Yeah, well, that's true. They wouldn't have had them together. I mean, I'm sure their personalities might clash, but good night, Amanda. Thanks so much for hanging out. The donkeys will attack the dogs, or the dogs will attack the donkeys. I just want everybody to coexist in peace on our little slice of... Oh, a snake. Snake. That's not a snake. That's a ding dong. So I'm smushing it so that they can't see.
It's a snake.
It was a snake. I've seen some fun pages on social media that have a donkey and their best friend is a goat or like an alpaca. Right on. Oh, that's good. Oh, okay, yeah, heal up quick. Yeah, we can't have roosters here as well, but our neighbor had roosters for like 3 or 4 years. Yes, baby. There you go. Oh, I moved it out of frame just in time to feed it through the pasta machine. Nice. Yep. I just put them on there once they're conditioned. Again, I'm not sweating the crumbly stuff. I keep too messy of a craft room. And it's much cleaner than it used to be, but it's still too messy of a craft room to fret every time I get something in my clay. It's a rocket ship. The clay did that on its own, I swear. Mini donkeys? That's just dogs, says Randy. 2 little burros? Aw. Yep, go follow Katie Van Slyke. She is in Tennessee and a young horse breeder that also building a miniature farm. Oh my gosh. Donkeys and mules naturally attack forms of canines due to them being a livestock guard beast. They are known to kill coyotes and other canines. Oh goodness, yeah, it seems like they wouldn't get along very well. That's good to know. Thank you. It looks like there's an outbuilding, but quite frankly, with a 21,000 square foot building, I hope we don't have a storage problem. Now we would have to build a chicken coop and shelters for the critters, and I think a greenhouse would be amazing. So I'd been having like fantasies about if the school.
Well, okay, if we have a greenhouse,
Uh-huh.
we've got to keep a hot tub.
Well, obviously, yeah. If we have a greenhouse, we've got to have a hot tub in there. Like that just makes sense. I don't know why more people don't have hot tubs in their greenhouses actually, because if you're paying to heat the thing anyways, if it's not like a geothermal greenhouse, hot tub. And you get to hang out with your plants. What were we saying? I was having fantasies about, like, in my school, like my elementary school, you'd go down a main corridor hallway that had like lockers down the sides, and there'd be classrooms, but the doors were like in between the lockers. It was very quintessential, like any scene you ever see in like movies from the 90s of being at school. Like that's how it looked. And so I was thinking it'd look really like it'd be cool if we were able to put enough skylights in the ceiling in that area through that main corridor that we could have the whole main corridor be like the Bass Pro Shop turtle enclosure exhibit in Springfield, Missouri. And that way there'd be like a little like stream going down, and like in between, like we could make it an indoor art exhibit. Like what's the name for? It's not a terrarium. It's like a person-sized terrarium, and it's not an observatory. A solarium. It would be like a solarium style botanical garden. Like that'd be cool. Like that'd be cool. I'd go there. I would go there to take pictures of things. And if there were butterflies just like living in there, like if it were a butterfly garden too. We found a king snake the other day. Holy, is everything okay? There are all kinds of dogs around here that seem to get along with the donkeys and horses. Oh, okay. Wow, her horse was 33 years old. She had an alpaca BFF who's also super old. It's like the Golden Girls, but it's like livestock animals. Do what, baby? A planetarium. Uh-huh. Did the timer just go off? Do I need to pull it out of the oven? Randy, thank you. Okay, so I can't believe I've babbled for 20 minutes. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I'm just chock full of jibber jabber today. Now I want to see the school you're looking at. It sounds so cool. It's gonna be amazing.
It's
We're gonna go.
very dilapidated.
It is an absolute disaster. Like everything, it needs demolished back to the studs. It's perfect. Like, what was I gonna? If everything goes as well as we hope it does, we're planning the trip. We're going to be in the area to see it at the end of May. And so at that point we will be releasing video at some point in May. So we'll be releasing the video for that. Whenever we're certainly taking video of it. And so that's gonna, and I keep feeling it's like I know I'm gonna be devastated. Somebody's gonna buy it up and make something amazing out of it, or I'm afraid of it getting like just demoed and turned into a 5-acre, like just more residential which would be great. Like I guess but I really I want this. I want this enough that I'm willing to like fight and elbow and be like I'm fighting for this. Yes, this is Black Friday, Vaughn. Like I will get a little aggressive for that last Elmo. I will stampede. But no, it's just linebacker my way through the crowd. Yeah, that means you can do all kinds of cool stuff with it though. Exactly. I'll arm wrestle you for it. Yeah. So it depends if donkeys are raised with the dogs or not. That's just what I heard, though. Oh, right on. It's certainly, even if it only happens sometimes, that's something really good to know that can happen. I had no idea. We have a butterfly atrium at the Detroit Zoo. Yes. Oh my gosh, that'd be so cool. I want to find out about how they do the roofs of the atriums. Like, well, are they insulated? How many layers? Does it vent? How do they deal with like condensation and things? What were those called? Geodomes? Yeah. Randy has the best ideas, y'all. I'm not even in frame. Y'all got it. Will y'all let me know when I'm not in frame? Well, at least whenever we're in the live streams like this. If I were recording, there's nothing I could have done about it.
But still tell me about it.
But still tell me about it. It's good for the channel. Keeps my therapist employed. Looks like you need an architect too. We were just gonna get on YouTube and make a whole lot of like cookies for the inspector, and so to be able to get this stuff inspected up to code. Does it have a gym in it? Yeah, we actually do it. Oh no, like chocolate chip, babe. It does have a gym in it. We were talking to a friend who was like, I've been to a wrestling match in that gym, like in that school. Like, and it was only like 20 years ago. Not like WWE, but like just like sports. Like school sports. Sports.
Wrestling like you did when you were young.
Yeah, like which was cool because I used to be in wrestling when I was like in 4th grade. Does it have a gym in it? You could have a place to hold raves so we could all spend coin together. Exactly. Like, sorry, my shoe. Sports. Lydia says, goats are good poopers too for gardening and milk goat cheese. I think I'm interested in goats. They're another one of those instances. I don't know why I'm doing this. I just wanted to see how it worked. But I think it's another one of those instances where I'd be biting off more than I can chew because it's difficult to keep livestock that is smarter than me, and goats are smarter than me about getting out of enclosures for certain. Like, I'm on rabbit and chicken level. Like, I can keep rabbits and chickens all right because I can trick them with food, but I don't think I'm clever enough to trick a goat. So it's going to really depend. So it's certainly not going to be something that I launch into right away. Okay, I'm always in the wrong frame. Okay, but here we are we're rolling this out on the thickest setting on the pasta machine. It looks like the rain's coming in, babe. Oh, really? It's so like... I know. We'll be doing it after the live stream. Do you have a little bit more for me? This isn't quite enough, I'm afraid. Okay. Alrighty, getting some coffee into us. I'm glad I don't do live streams for the sake of being productive because I take forever. Oh, I don't have to do this on the thickest setting. We can roll this back out. Thank you, honey. Oh, you do so good, honey. It's a rocket ship. Oh, Organic says, I had 2 goats. They're so gentle. Right on. I'm more concerned about, I think what was quoted to me is if it doesn't hold water, it won't hold goats as far as fences go. This pasta machine does such a good job. Okay, so now we're going to layer these 2 together. Just cranking on through. Now the Macon's pasta machine does have a motor attachment that I really like, but I don't like it for during live streaming because it's a constant loud noise. We were watching some YouTube video about a feller who wasn't renovating the abandoned schools. He was just looking around them. And so we were watching the different, like the way that the classrooms were shaped. And because it's been a minute since Randy and I have been, in school. And it was just seeing all the different like cabinets and stuff and having fun dreaming dreams. Because obviously we're gonna have to start with doing like ghost hunting initially. So first thing that we do is spend the night in there, like in like a tent or something, just to see if we hear any creepy stuff. Probably on a full moon or a new moon or both, in a like stealth camp. See if we can get away with camping in it. And then, of course, we'll be getting video and stuff of the whole renovation process, but that may be something really cool to have other ghost hunter groups go through just for shits and giggles. Like, that stuff's so fun to me. Like, even if the only thing that's gleaned from it is learning about the place's history, that's so fun. Oh, really? No, I want somebody to come do the research. Like if I can't find it on just Google, I'm not likely to discover. I don't know, because we could go around to like there's a retirement home near there. We might be able to go in and ask if there was anybody who went to school there who wants to, talk about it. And we could just chat with them and like that'd be cool. That'd be really cool actually. Because I couldn't find when it stopped being in service, like if that makes sense. It was never built. It was just always there. And that's the thing I'm worried about is that what if this is like some Stephen King's It, like creepy old abandoned school.
5 acres, Vaughn.
5 acres, I know, it's perfect. Okay, so I've reduced the pasta machine size to a size 2. Plant more trees. Trick-or-treat says I've always wanted to hunt ghosts, right?
It was this very moment that I realized all of those stupid movies where it's like, oh, family moves into a haunted home. Like, yeah, they wanted the land.
Randy's, I don't know if y'all can hear him, but he's explaining how he's just realized why they bought the Amityville horror house. He's like, but 5 acres, honey. Like, because, like, is the whole property haunted or was it just the house? Because you could, like, use that as an Airbnb.
Right.
Like, That's where the in-laws stay. Oh, babe, I love you. All right, feeding that through. Oh, so nice. And I don't know if y'all saw, because I've not been in frame this entire time, but this stuff like has not been crumbly at all. This I think it's the green, just the green, like perhaps the dark green of the Cos clay, because there's also a leaf green and a neon green. And the leaf green, honestly, I would have called more of an olive tone, like in my mind. This is the dark green, and this is the leaf green from cosclay.com. Oh, what's Ernest say? When I send you the info about the stone, do you need the dimensions? Because I have that, if so. That would be really helpful to me, Ernest. That way I can kind of know what size we're designing around. Oh, right on. Yeah, detachable motors on these pasta machines are really nice. Okay. I wonder if it's been pulled from the oven. I need a stretch break, y'all. Oof. I wonder if this has cooled down enough. Yeah. Oh, thank you, honey. That was just perfect. Well, it's looking hecka cloudy. All right, so this is how, and it's still quite warm, but it's got all that foil core, but this is how that's looking. You know, and I bet we might even be able to remove the foil core if I hadn't overlapped on the lip in some of these places. If I had wanted to do that, I think I would have made the foil core a whole lot smoother, because this is, I think, is embedded in there, which is okay, because I'm going to be building up some more glow clay on the bottom of this. So I'm just stretching for a minute. Oh yeah? Bodega Channel says, oh gods, that makes me wonder if it's the modern version of a fairy circle. Once you move in, you'll end up broadcasting live streams for the next 300 years from Tira now. I would not be mad. That would just be really freaking cool. Like, quite frankly. Like, it's like, okay. If they got fiber internet and I can still get groceries delivered without any hazard to the delivery driver, mortal food is just delightful.
Sugar.
It's just sugar. I love it. So, no, it's milk and honey and bread. My favorites. Okay. So, I think I'm going to finish the cap for the next step, because I want that on there and baked so we can still do it this way. And then we will do the underside that will come down onto this. Oh, and I didn't even check and see before we go any farther. Oh, that smells so good. Is there any drops left? Like, it's so delicious, the sugar. I'm sorry, it's waste not, want not. We'll probably rinse this out, but I need to carve out this center spot so that I want this to be sitting more like here, if I can, as a right. And to do that, I want to carve it out so that it sits. Thank you, baby. Oh, your hands are all clayey. Oh, and the tissue blade too. Thank you, honey. You can toss that. Like, we don't need to save it, is what I'm saying. Yeah. Red caps are the surliest of neighbors in such cases. I bet. So with cosplay, do you not bake it? No, you bake it at 275 for 30 minutes per quarter inch. But whenever I'm doing multiple bakes, I'll bake it for just a little less, and then I'll do the long full bake at the end. Email is always best. We get ding dong pictures on Facebook and on Instagram, and they're not even dressed up like anything. So we just don't check those messages very much at all. Cat and Cauldron says there's an awesome hotel in Portland, Oregon called McMenamin's Kennedy School. The McMenamins purchased historic buildings around Oregon and turned them into cool pubs, breweries, and hotels, keeping the unique and specialness of the buildings. That'd be really cool to check out. Walk in the Rain says, but does it have AC? It does not. But I think that's actually pretty cool because the building design is to there's a whole lot of airflow, and it has a courtyard on the northern side of the building. So, and with the way that the ceiling is vented, very high ceilings, single story. So hopefully we'll be able to have very good airflow, and it's a brick building. So we're hoping we'll be able, whenever we demolish down to the studs, we'll be able to put in significant enough insulation that we'll be able to do those things as we go. Is this, you wanted me to show? Okay. These are the instructions. You can feel free to screenshot them on the baking. You can also go and find a detail sheet at costclay.com of the specifics of like best practices. Hey, welcome home, Yvette. How was your day? Deal breaker, no AC, not coming to Tennessee in summer. It doesn't have AC yet. It also doesn't have a roof without holes in it yet. But it also doesn't have, or windows or doors that don't have holes in them yet. But it doesn't have us in it yet either. And I'm really excited to see what kind of a mess we can make, because the price of the property, you guys, is so good that even if we don't use the school at all, just the fact that it's already hooked up to the public utilities for the water and the electric, it already has a driveway, which are so expensive to install for some reason. Like, says I who've never put in a driveway. But no, you're good. I'm excited about this. We can, and it's got 23 bathrooms. Randy says he can almost poop in a different toilet every day of the month. I love his priorities. It does sound awesome, honey. But if we end up that the only course of action is to demolish the school, all of those bricks will become the walking paths or flower beds or fence borders on the property. So it's just, even if that's the route, that's exactly the kind of red flag we're into. At the same time, and no one has to wait, right? A pooping party for the party. That's where the party poopers go. We had multiple horses on 5 acres too. Really? Randy, but Yvette says, my Yvette says that we had multiple horses on 5 acres too. FYI. What was it like? Like, what kind of setup did you have? What kind of horses were they? Okay, so we had that on 2. I know how to hoard toilet paper. So I'm going to cut a piece, and we're going to get this back and up. I've been watching Creationix, trying to see good angles for like sculpting, and I'm hoping some good sense will seep into me, but we'll get there. Okay, so I want to bring it down to, what are we on? Level 3. That's the setting 3 on the pasta machine. And I think that will give us plenty of, but I've cut just a little section of it. Is this better being up high like this? I mean, I'm not doing super fine detail work right now. Windows and a roof before horses. That's a really good point. But I've also searched to see, and within a 2-hour drive, there's like 3 or 4 different horseback riding, like stables. So they don't even have to be my horses. I just want to like pet a horse. Many towns don't allow livestock anymore. We were reading their municipalities, and they didn't specify that we couldn't. The only thing that they specified that you couldn't was swine. So and that it was unlawful to let your animals, dog, cat, otherwise, like, and it listed like goats and cows and horses, and chickens, that you can't let them wander in the street. So that's cool. That's my vibe. I'm like, that's very reasonable. But I don't like being told what to do beyond that. So there's no HOA, OHA, whatever they are. There's nobody being like, your curtains are the wrong color and your flowers are. No, this is. Yeah, the property tax is ridiculous. Like, it's a bunch. But it's also basically my dream home. Like, this is not going to be the first time I've lived in a house with holes in the roof. Are you kidding me? This thing's a mansion. Those are just skylights. Like, Randy, what's the meme of the fellow who built like a tree house and his upstairs bathroom was just peeing off the porch? Cause hell yeah. Oh, what did Ernest say? Woo, off work. Hey Ernest, when I send you the info about the stone. Okay. I'd answered that. They can suck a chick, right? So that's why we got bidets. Check for liens. That's a good idea to check for the liens. That way, if it doesn't look like there would be one, just based on the way that the street is set up, but it's still a good idea to check for. I don't know what a lien is. Is that like when you share a driveway? I mean, running out mid poop, hoping Vaughn hears her phone to bring more. If there's a crafter, there's a way. An easement? That might be. I think you're right, honey. I think that's the term. Okay, so I'm just using my spoon to get this smoothed out. Randy was having fantasies about if they had had a wood shop. Oh, an easement. Money's owed that's attached to the property. Okay. Those are good things to know. Thank you, you guys. So I'm just using my spoon. I think I want a smaller spoon. I might find a different spoon and hammer it out to make it better shapes. This is just a little, I don't know. It might be perfect for something larger though, so I'm not going to modify that one. Liens you would need to pay. Okay. A property lien is a legal claim or encumbrance on a property, typically real estate, that secures an unpaid debt or obligation. Would that be, who would I call in the city to, would the real estate agent know about that? Ooh, I'm remembering all the ideas that we had back when we originally had the dream for having our own compound, and like people who were our patrons and putting their names on bricks. We still have all those names. We'll finally actually be able to do. It's just, and again, if it doesn't work out on this property, we can take these dreams and plant them somewhere else. Do what? Oh, a title company? Okay. Ooh, Triquetra says, from what I'm reading in Tennessee, liens generally need to be resolved before property can be sold. But I'm not a lawyer, so don't quote me on it. Right on. Call Zillow. Okay. Title search and title insurance is a must. Is that something that a real estate agent would be taking care of, or do I need to do that independently? Thank you guys for your help. Truly. This is the sort of stuff that is so overwhelming that I hadn't Googled it yet, and I had needed to, and I still hadn't. So the fact that y'all are Googling and reading and typing it to me, like, or knowing from your own experience too, like, I just appreciate the heck out of y'all. Realtor may help, but I'd get my own search done. I think that's wise, Kitty. Most likely, yes, they could check on any liens, basements, and erroneous claims. Basements like underneath the house, or is that a term for something else? Barring that they could check with a property management company or other referenced expert. Oh,
Oh, you got 15 minutes.
I don't think I'm gonna get this done in 15 minutes. Would you mind if my stream went over a little? We do need to empty the van, that's true. Maybe over just a little? Okay. I at least want to get this covered. Easements, not basements. Okay. I don't think so either, because it was a school and it hasn't been sold before as far as I could find. But this is still what we're learning now. Again, we may not get this property, but we'll have all the information and knowledge that we're gaining. A good realtor should be doing that. Right on. And just being familiar with terms and stuff too. It's like so much of this stuff is so scary because I've never even heard these words before. Like I have no idea. And so I'm gonna make this one. I love these tissue blades because you can curve them a little and just get it to kind of fill in any gaps. Okay, Cat and Cauldron says check the email I sent to you. Like right this second or after the stream. If it doesn't have a fence, that will be pricey for sure. Yeah, and we plan on eventually having the whole property fenced. There is a section or two that are already fenced off, but that's going to be part of how the garden evolves. So it's everything about this is going to be expensive, I do believe, but if we can just get our hands on it with knowing what we've done with this property in the 12 years that we've lived here, I know that we can chew through it one bite at a time and we'll get there. Just because we don't have the money for it all at once. Randy and I have historically been fairly decent at saving up or buying like the stepping stone path. We were able to get that made in a year with just every time we went and got more gas for the lampwork torch, we'd also get 2 bags of mulch. Or was it 5 bags of mulch? We'd get 5 bags of mulch and 2 stepping stones. And that way we could budget for it. It got prioritized. It only happened every so often. And now we have a complete stepping stone path from the front door, like we're off of the porch, to the chickens. And that was so handy this winter because like whenever there was a bunch of snow or when it was raining a bunch, with the raining I'm up out of the mud, but with the snow I was able to just sweep the snow off and go back there without having to worry about slipping or getting muddy or falling or anything like that. Ooh, Kitty Mama says I took an 8-hour course on first-time home buying, just enough to kind of know some terms and who does what in the process. Check with your county or state to see if they offer something similar. Oh, Kitty Mama, that's a great idea. Thank you. That's a really good idea. Did they charge you or like was it reasonable? I hope. Yeah, like I'm not averse to paying. I just want to get an idea of how much it's going to be. I'm really having fun sculpting this too. It kind of beads up a little bit more than like monster wax or monster clay. But I'm figuring it out. I used these. I'm pretty sure they've been cleaned thoroughly since then. I think it was a few dollars, but completely worth it. Right on. That's what I felt like. It was only $30 to take the Master Gardener course, but I was really glad that I took it whenever I moved to Missouri. That way, I learned a whole lot from taking, like, was it like 6 weeks of those classes once a week, just to become really familiar with specifically Missouri's growing conditions. Like, that helped a lot, and to be able to like network with other gardeners and stuff. So I like taking classes even if I have to pay for them. Do what, babe? Beads up like condensation? I don't know what that means. What does? Oh, no, it beads up like little crumbly crumbs. Like whenever I'm making bread and some of it doesn't stick and there's like crumblies. Sorry. Shell says you could do the monthly savings plan, 1 on the 1st, 2 on the 2nd, and so forth. Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. We should. Because it's right now, because that's another thing. It's like, do we save all of our money to have more cash on hand, or do we pay off our van to increase our debt to income ratio to try to get a loan? And it's like, do we sell this house to we buy ugly homes, or do we take a little bit of time and fix it up and try to sell it improved, or do we sell it somewhere in between there and it's as is state for just as much as a buyer would be willing to pay? And how long would that take? And so it's like, and again, with the time crunch of just really wanting to, I mean, I want to go see the property and really be critical of it. And that's something I know I'm like super excited about this. But just to be clear, it's not so much that I'm excited about the school specifically. I'm excited about the dream. And the school just fits the dream pretty darn well, mostly because we're demoing down to bare bones, assuming it doesn't have any foundational issues, which it looks pretty solid from the pictures, but there's only so much that can be communicated via picture. But also, I've seen pictures of my house and I can see with glaring clarity the foundational issues and a lot of the other things that are going on. So it at least didn't, other than the holes in the roof and the windows and doors, it didn't look like it had any glaring foundational issues. But yeah, this is an example. It kind of beads up just that little bit of like crayon wax. And I don't know if that's normal or if that's something that I can be worked around, or if I'm destroying. I don't think I'm destroying the clay, but oh, the Friday night flow party is our Friday live streams where we do flow arts. And they've been from 7 to 9 p.m. I need to go through, I need to actually reconsider if we're going to be doing them after Anime St. Louis, because our initial plan was that we were going to be prior to Anime St. Louis, I would live stream on Mondays and I would post a new tutorial on Fridays, and we would have like a premiere, and then I would do a Friday night dance party in the evenings on Friday. We kept canceling those, only on Kick though, whereas the Monday live stream was on both. And we did that because of copyright purposes. Kick doesn't auto ban us if we like use copywritten music, whereas YouTube has zero tolerance for it. But they kept getting canceled because that's too late in the evening for me, you guys. I go to bed at 9, like most days of the week. So I have a lot of fun with them, but I just don't know if I'll be able to do that in the evenings. So we were considering, and I hadn't really given it much thought today because, I mean, I've been so excited about other things on my mind. But let's think about it now. We were going to start back up with the Monday shop updates. So, that would be like a Monday in the morning, probably not with a premiere. And then we would do our Monday dual streamed, so YouTube and Kick, here on, from 3 to 6 p.m. And then we'd stream on Tuesday as well, because I want to do more sculptures. And I don't need to be sitting and sculpting for more than 3 hours a day. Just, I need to be standing more than that. We have other things that we need to do, and I don't want to overdo my hands. But that way y'all can craft along with us, and we can hang out and chit chat and just make some art and have some fun. And then we'd have Wednesday off. Thursday we would have a new tutorial, not a premiere. It would just release in the morning. And then Friday we would have another live stream. And then we have Saturday, Sunday off. So is that what the plan was?
Yeah.
Right on. So tentatively, that's what we're going to be doing moving forward. And I'm prioritizing a lot of streaming time, because that's when we are going to be making fairy houses and dragon heads, because we did so well, you guys, beefing up on our kind of baseline inventory, that it's not that I don't think we need any new jewelry before Dragon Con, but we don't need any more like filler. Like, I don't need more basic rings. I have plenty left over after Anime St. Louis, because we made so many during the winter months. So now for the next 4 months, I get to work on art projects. Like, truly, like, Randy's going to be we're going to place an order, and he's going to be busting out some chainmail while I sculpt. But other than that, I think we're pretty good. Like, we need costumes and dragon heads and one-of-a-kind necklaces and pieces. So I'm still going to be doing some wire wrapping and stuff, but it's going to get to be more artistic things, instead of like, let's make, 30 of this style of ear cuff in every bead and metal tone we have, which I love those, but we did that work then. So now we can just play and do the fun stuff, the exciting stuff. I still have fun doing production work, but I really like getting to do what we're doing today. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. That'd be really awesome. You know how I feel about mold making? Okay. Okay, so it would be, I like that idea. Yeah. If we could do that and rotocast it, and then use expanding foam between the rotocast and heady or some other head mold, so that
It doesn't fit on your head at all. It only stays on the wall.
for Dragon Con we need wearable stuff. We're not cleared for sculptures yet, but if it were just a wall sculpture, we would just skip the expanding foam part.
Right.
So, but we'd still be able to use that same blank. That's a really good idea. How much does it cost to buy like an actual like bull skull or something? Well, if we were able to like make a mold of like an actual skull that's a better size, because those crazy bones are just a little tight across the temples.
Right. That's like we're doing right now, starting from that.
Okay. I understand. Thank you for explaining. I love it. Will you help me make the mold? Okay. We will be doing more tie-dye. We don't have any blanks right now, but I'm definitely 100% gonna be doing, oh my gosh, my ass. Sorry, I've been sitting for too long. Oh, my hips don't lie. I'm getting older. I need to stand more. Oh, stretch break, you guys. Okay, so this is one of, shameless self-promotion, this is one of our fairy festival dresses. so you can kind of see. Let's angle that down. Can you swap cams for me, babe? Excuse me, Z-Dog, with his teeth. He's been hanging out with us this whole time, you guys. Look at him just chilling. Those little 2-for-1 deals. His little teethers. So it can be worn across the bosom like this, or you can wear it farther down on your hips. I'm wearing our XL. I've got a table in the way, but I just love the way that they spin. And a sawzall. Here's a sawzall for scale, but I love... So we're going to be getting a bunch more of these in particular because they were our mega, like they were our best sellers. Of the people who bought tie-dye from us this weekend at Anime St. Louis, the festival dresses. Yeah. Well, I left all the other designs at home. We had festival dresses, we had vests, and then we had those big old play dresses that are too long for most everybody because we're short. I need taller customers, apparently. So, uh-huh. Oh, you should see if you can get the house you're in now appraised so you have an idea of what you could get as right now, and maybe that could help make the choice if you want to wait and fix it up or sell it as is now. That's a really good idea, and I think that's what we're going to do, because we don't even know where we're starting. We just got to start calling people, and I don't know why, but that's scary. Like, that's very kind of intimidating and just... Okay. Because I feel like I'm a bit of a joke. Like, I'm afraid of embarrassing myself to the real estate agents and then being like, are you serious? Why are you wasting our time? Like, that's what I'm afraid of. Do what? Yeah, you're embarrassing me in front of the wizard is what I'm afraid. And I'm like, they want me to buy a house through them so that, or whatever, so that they can get paid. Like, this is their job. They want customers. I am customer. So it's like, no, don't worry about that. Okay. Well, I say really dumb stuff like a bunch, all the at an alarming rate. Oh, here. Do you want to keep reading, or do you want me to? Okay, I can't hear you very well, so I don't know if they can hear you. Okay. Let's see. Have you tried doing 2-part molds before? I'm terrible at them. Okay. It's very scary. Totally got it, but you got this. Is the school on any national or state historic registers, and are there any conservation covenants restrictions on the school? Not that I'm aware of, but that's a really good question to ask. They don't care about that kind of stuff. They just want to sell property. Okay, a good agent will help you. Fantastic. Where's the kitty mama comment, honey? How do you tie your dress? I've been tucking the straps in because I don't like the look with a bow on my shoulders. Gotcha. Oh, okay. It would be worth the money to have a professional inspection done so you know exactly where you're starting from. On this house or... Oh, on the other one? Yeah, that's a good idea. I feel like I look like the villain from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. With my hair. Like whenever he's melting. Okay. Oh, thank you so much, Ernest. We'll be checking it after today's live stream. So thank you so much for your patience too. Let's see. Yes. So yeah, if you could help me, honey. So on the back of my dress, what we've got going on, I'm gonna need to stand, says Randy. So let me. On the back of the dress, we have the... I'm gonna... I don't know how to demonstrate this. Okay. Good luck. There's like 70 chairs. Well, do you wanna... Okay. Do you want me to flip the camera angle? Okay. You click this, and you click that, and then if you want the back camera, you'll click that.
Okay. All right. So she's got the straps.
There you go.
Oh. But now I need another hand.
I'm making you up, baby. There we go.
Okay. So she's got the front straps that she crosses in an X, and the bottom straps she's actually done a like a loop. So the top left comes down, hooks through there, and then ties here. And that one does that, just like that. So it's kind of racer back.
Yeah, so we did a loop. I can show. Thank you, baby. Camera back in there. Thank you. Thank you so much. I hope that that made sense. But it's like if this were the back strap, I folded it here, like the loose ribbon down, and then I tied a knot. So there's just a loop coming up from the back. And I think this is how I'm going to do the dresses from now on, because I love it. It's my favorite way, because I don't like it when my straps slide down. And honestly, I'm not super into the bow right here on the shoulder either. I like a little less material because it makes me feel like, oh, it's on my shoulder. So, oh, thank you. Oh, inspection on your current if you decide to fix it up so you know where to start, and the new place to see if it's even worth your time. Gotcha. And Bottega says both. Okay. So let's, oof, that's a heavy stand. We still have the oven going. I'm going to stay just a little longer to get some sculpting done on this. Next time I do one of these, I may cover it in clay and do all the conditioning before the live stream. I didn't mean for this to take so long, but you guys, I'm going to be honest, I've really enjoyed hanging out with y'all today and getting to be kind of zoomy mode and hyper. So thank you guys for being here. Whenever I get insecure, I have to remind myself that you clicked on my face. So what's that? Oh, maybe you could do a short video dressing a mannequin, not to make more work for you, just an idea. Work that results in happy customers is always work worth doing. I could do that with the body chains as well. I think that, like, that's a fantastic idea. And it's like, because I'm not frustrated. I love work. Like, I'm a workaholic, like, gleefully so. What I need is work that makes me happy, that also makes the customer happy. And my frustration here lately, especially with social media and YouTube, is I'm making these videos and people had been saying it's much better these past probably this past month. It's been steadily improving, which is so encouraging, like so encouraging. But prior to that, people were like, oh my God, I didn't know that you were still making videos, or, oh, I haven't seen you in ages, or, wow, it's good to see you wire wrapping again. Or and it's like, I've been posting at least a video a week for years. And so that's where my frustration was coming from, was that neither our customers or viewers seemed happy, nor was I with the way that social media was. It's like, just not showing me to folks. And it's still, I do have frustrations with YouTube, that because it's like, if folks aren't subscribed, why is it showing my numbers? I don't care about a high number. I wanted to actually be reaching the people who were subscribed to our channel, because otherwise, why would they have subscribed? And so for us to have 250,000 subscribers, I think it's actually 233,000 subscribers now. And it's like, but people are like, where's your videos? And I'm like, I don't know how to fix this. So that's where a lot of my frustration comes from. But I will work all day and all night if there's no obstruction between my effort and it paying off. Does that make sense? If whenever I post a video and my friends actually get to see it, I feel like it paid off. Boom, that's fantastic. I've lost my other, there it is. I don't know which ball. Huh? If Randy says, Yvette, look away. So I'm going to go through with this size first, and I'm going to get a little bit of water in my spoon to dip the end of our ball stylus in. and I'm just rubbing down to that previously baked core. And I use the water as a repel. Now, I didn't use any sort of like bacon bond. That would have been really cool. That'd have been a good idea. But I'm actually pretty okay with if it does like how it did on this sculpture, where the clay, you can see some of the light traveling through behind, like in that little hole right there. You can see it from other angles. It's just hard to pick up on the camera, but there's a hollowness to the little cap that goes over the mushroom, and I really like that. I sculpted too hard. Time to make a new ball stylus. I can't believe I've done this. I can imagine little eye beads in the holes. Exactly. This is okay. Well, that's enough of that whole size, I guess. Boo. Yep, flew a little Clutos to the sun. I can imagine. Yep, dang fun. I death grip. I need full tang, like, ball stylus tools. Randy just said that's why we have a bidet. And TMI time, you clicked on my face. Whenever he had hurt his wrists, he needed some helping hands. And apparently, I wipe like I'm scrubbing a stove, and he's a delicate flower. So, but I mean, I have no evidence to the contrary. I didn't realize I was just like barbarian fisting my way through life. So, ba-da-ba-ba-ba, TMI. So on that note, we're probably going to stop live streaming soon because we got to unload the van. But I am going to try to cover this in dots first, but we'll see. Tracy's like, he shouldn't have brought it up if he didn't want me to tell y'all. He knows how this works. Love our bidets, says Michelle. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. So hopefully I don't break this one. Jeez. But there's a lot of clay to get through. I wonder. What? Well, I got these little hole cutter outers. What? Why are you laughing? Ba-da-ba. And that's why I watch this channel. That was one of my first purchases when I moved into my house. Nice. Okay. So I just don't want, I want to reduce the, there we go. I want to reduce the number of these that I have to do with the thing. But I'm worried that they're too big. You think it'll be fine? Right on. And this is why we did the glow in the dark underneath. Weekly belly laughs. Do what? I keep doing good says men are picky about their bums. No, I have enough broken tools, and like I've broken the handles of pliers before and different things. So I don't think it's that Randy's particularly delicate. I think it's that I'm particularly not angry. I'm not a mad scientist. I'm an angry scientist. Randy needs I'm just a baby. I'm just a baby. Like, yeah. Girl, the first time we tried it is when we were leaving Hawaii, and it was in the hotels, and we were like, oh yeah, no, we need bidets. And so every bathroom in our big house and little house have a bidet, and we bought our in-laws bidets for their 2 bathrooms at that house for when we go down there. There was a while that all of our friends that we see, we were like, Merry Christmas, here's a bidet. And then we'd install it for them. But one of our friends we gave it to, they were like, we can't, our child is at the age that he would just turn it on, and like it would just be a mess. So you still get points for helping out. Well, hell yeah. Put on some Al Green, light some candles. What? I think I'm going to need your help peeling the carrots. That's not a euphemism. We're having carrots for dinner. I don't know what it would be either. We're going to need help shelling these eggs. Well, this corn's not going to shuck itself. Like... We miss the bidet almost as much as we miss the cats when we travel. Yep. Oh, Bodega said, Vaughn, it could be worse. You're not the only, or you're not the one who snapped a hammerhead in 2 pieces at the eye. Oh, geez. Well, that's good. That is rough. Like, that's some grip strength. Or would it be grip or just hammer and power? Okay, let's see. I'm going to use this needle tool to extract the little chicken pox off of our... Ooh, and I don't know if I want to smush them together yet. Whoop, because I've got a bunch of now equally sized, more or less, cookies of polymer clay that I could use to make evenly sized like bits and boops. So I'm not going to smush them together yet. We may end up smushing them together in the end, but that can wait its turn. Okay, so that did save us. Oh, that one's dead. Okay. I don't think I can just Harry Potter tape those ones together. I don't think that's going to... The cats go... What? The cats go with... Oh, yeah. Portable bidets. Is that not what these are? You can... Whoop. Look. Oh, all over the... Well... That proves it's a pretty good portable bidet. Let me get the... Just get that off of there. Okay. Sorry, guys. Polka dots. It needed cleaned anyways. Oh, dragon scales, Deb. I love that. I don't think he wants his carrot peeled. Oh, Kelsey. Oh my goodness, y'all. Make clean. Oh, this one was my favorite. I mean, that's probably why it's the one that broke. So I'm just going to keep trying. Run. You know, I could probably... What's something else that's similar in size to this? I've got the end of a... Ooh, are any of these large? These are quite small, actually. Whoops. I wonder if I have the end of a knitting needle or paintbrush. Trick question. The mist run. Okay. Maybe I can use the end of this. I will experiment and see. It's not quite doing it. set that off to the side. Maybe the end of this. Yeah, just the end of a paintbrush will be all right. So I don't want to do too much detail here lower down because you'll notice I'm pressing my hand against it quite a bit. Oh, goodness gracious. And I love doing this because you can see how it pushes and changes the shape. And so I do believe if we're live streaming tomorrow, I say if because sometimes it takes us a few days for ConCrud to kick in. I feel great right now, but it's just been such an amazing day. Like, getting to hang out with y'all and just being home. It's been real nice. And spring's in full spring, which is like one of my favorite times of year. It seems. I mean, with how joyful I've been feeling lately. Just in the midst of everything, what a good day. Oh, I love it. Sent you the booth pictures to email with a little explanation. Oh, okay, thank you. I gotta plug in the phone. Oops. What up, baby? Who's it? Vaughn just treated us like cats on a counter, refusing to get down. Oh, I love y'all. But yeah, so I'm getting ahead of myself, but I just want to test and see about the sizing. So yeah, I'm definitely going to use this 8mm ball around in here again, but I'm going to keep going with the paintbrush handle because I worry about having to press and provide counter. Yeah, thinner is better. It is so much easier on the thinner layer of clay to push through. I don't have to resist as much. But where my seams were got beefed up a little thick. That's okay. I'm sitting in my front courtyard patio area enjoying the sun and fresh air in the live stream. It's the perfect afternoon. How rare and wonderful those are. Just getting these styled. So I want to be able to pop this into the oven, set it for 20 minutes, and then be able to unload the van. And we will pick back up on this tomorrow if we live stream. Again, if I'm sick, I'm not live streaming, y'all. But I won't work on this again until we're live streaming together. Couldn't imagine a better way to spend this time. All right, on. This is a bunch. Oh, hey, Ava. How's it going? Oh. And I'm going to try to not do them too much in just rows, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to do some that are like zigzagged as well. When we're making things from our imagination, it doesn't really matter how it looks, because if we're not doing it based on like a reference or something, then who's to say it didn't come out right? Like, this is just how this mushroom grew, literally. This is the technique that I would use if I were to make like a Snow White's Wicked Evil Queen apple. I'd sculpt the apple first, bake it, and then put the slime over it, and like do this to make it look kind of lifted. Creepy. I can't hear you over the. I'm sorry, the air conditioner's on.
I wonder if you could.
Uh-huh. Oh, 100%. That's how I made that bolt for the turtle tank.
Oh.
And then I filed it down. But to what end? Oh, ooh. I don't know. Because I thought it was like a thick black ooze over it. It was green. I wonder how we would do that. Because if I put additives into the UV resin, I feel like it doesn't cure all the way through. We could just use a translucent clay. That'd be cool. Uh-huh. Ah, that'd be the way to do it. That's a good thinking, babe. Because then we could add just a little bit of like an apple green, but not enough that it would block the light for curing. I've really enjoyed having this sphere to prop it against, to allow me to tilt it at like any angle. What's up, baby? I don't know. We must have. Well, we gave 3 away. We sold 4 hacky sacks. Yeah. So I'm going to get in here and I'm going to make some that are just a little smaller in any spots that I feel like are too big of a hole. Like there's too much space there. I want a little bloop, like a little dimple. And this is also the point in the layer that I like to use the small stylus to lift the mushroom off of its base. Because it's already been kind of dislodged. And I can just get in there and make sure that I don't want to dislodge it from everywhere. I like to stay joined at the tip, and I like to stay joined at the edges. Now, I'm not sweating it too much because we'll be going through and touching up stuff at the end too anyways. It's tricky. I prefer the 8mm really was my favorite. Oh, and I'm not being a whiner. I'm just, now I know what tool to seek out. And I'm trying to not distort it too much with my hands, you know? By holding on to it. Maybe if I hold it like this now. I hope I didn't ruin it by doing these big dots, but really, again, what even is that? Because this is just how this one looks. It's not ruined, it's just how it is. Oh, I love it. Oh, it's so creepy and weird. Good night, Ava. Thank you so much for hanging out. You can see sometimes they'll get a little distorted, so I'll just come in and touch up around. Yeah, I still prefer it on the sphere if we can. It's just really nice. It's easier on my hand too. Sculpting them in. It's looking pretty cool. Like, I like that. Okay. And now as I go around, I'm trying just to complete it all the way to the edge. And so I'm going to grab that smaller one again. Oh, I'm glad you like it. I'm excited. It's going to be, I even have a clutch for it and everything. This is going to be one, perhaps. I don't know if we're giving it away or what's going on, because I don't want to promise it as a giveaway if it like dies in baking, because that's happened before. But this may be one of the first sculptures for our eventual sculpture garden, because regardless of what the future holds, I'm still doing, until we move out of this house, we're still going to be doing these live streams, you know, and I'm still going to be sculpting stuff. So I'm sculpting small scenes that I can put up on our front porch on the railing, just to kind of make a miniature version of what, because if I'm sculpting this out of this, size 1, size 2, size 3, size 4, size 5, like we might be able to replicate the design and scale it, you know, in like if I could sculpt this out of, gosh, styrofoam pieces that had been spliced together with like that in a can expanding foam, like, and then use a sawzall or one of those turkey carvers to like bring it down to shape. I don't have to just use polymer clay for it, but I am practicing in miniature what I would like to make in big, and that way I can test my ideas, develop my style, hone my techniques and skills, and practice like flowing that creativity. That way I can feel much more confident whenever I tackle a piece that is massive, you know, big enough for me to stand inside, perhaps. Like, I don't know. Ooh, or for the person who gets to level 10 on Kick, that's actually a really good idea and a really good incentivization. Because we're still going to be streaming on like YouTube and stuff too, because we've a lot of folks subscribe to our channel. I don't want to not do stuff on there, you know, for them to enjoy as well. Because I understand having favorite platforms. You know, I spend most of my time on YouTube, like my free time. It's where I like to watch stuff. Mostly just because my hand hurts from holding the phone to look at TikToks, and I've got YouTube on my TV, and I want something that's longer than a minute, honestly. Like, even 3 minutes is too short. Like, I want to be productive, I need something that's on for like an hour or two. That way I'm not having to think about, I want to be entertained without having to think about it whenever I'm watching videos in crafting. And so I often really like, I just don't want to have to make that decision every 10 or 15 minutes of what to watch next. So oftentimes I'll line myself up a bunch of videos at the start of the day of the things that I'm interested in learning about, and then I'll just have them going in the background. If it's too interesting, I'll hit pause, and Randy and I will watch it together in the evening. But for a lot of the stuff, I'm kind of just watching nature documentaries, which are fun, and I think my favorite. But yeah, doing just a little bit thinner seems to be my favorite way because it lifts really nicely off of the mushroom. It doesn't take as much force to sculpt down through it. So, but in some of these areas where I did like 2 layers, you can see it really. We got some that are kind of like droopy. That okay. I think here around. Oh yeah, I'm only doing this on the edge for like some texture. You okay, baby? So we'll have some that aren't full pox down on the edge. It's like they're little spore cells that haven't completely opened up yet. I make up arbitrary rules just to break them. I'm still going around the edge. Man, this is so much. That's okay. I'm not freaking out or anything. I know we've got to still unload the van. Do what, baby? He says, I'm not freaking out. You're freaking out. Michelle says I cast it to my TV. Right on. Oh, for getting kicked to the TV? That's a really good idea. Just doing like the screencast? Oh, I broke it. Ooh. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to take off a little sliver of that. We're going to roll a little snag. And then I'm going to put that down right there like that. And I'm going to start blending it in both ways. I've never done this before, so I'm worried that it's not going to have a very smooth result, but I think that'll be just fine. You just got petted a bunch. Go pet that dog. You go pet that dog. You pet that mushroom. Like there's mushrooms doing their thing. I don't know if it's blooming or sprouting, but over by the stump by the pergola, like if there's the mermaid pond and the grapevine bed right there, there's mushrooms all through the ground. Putting those logs out in the garden for the garden beds did so much to help the like just all the variety of fungal species in the backyard. In the all the little fungi that I love so much. Mycorrhiza, I don't know. There's mushrooms now. There didn't used to be. Now there are. I'm happy. There's a fungus among us. How'd that fungus get in the house? Well, I left the door open in case a fungus want to come on in. And I just want to go through because the magic happens in the details. And so I want to make sure that each of our little holes looks like it's been attended to. Like I'm not looking for perfect. I just don't want any like sloppy like fingernail marks or spots that are missing the texture that ties it all together. I'm doing some that are like a medium density, like press. I'm gonna do some that are like hard. Uh-oh, I tore that edge. That's okay. We'll just pop it right back up, smooth those lines out, and we're gonna be careful. That's the first one that I've done that close to the edge. I'm gonna leave that to stipple territory. I'm really inspired by a sculpture by a gentleman named Ron Adcock that we had met at the Fayetteville Lincoln County Art Center. He's a really cool cat, y'all. Super cool cat. He had done this massive sculpture that was called The Madness of Death or something. And it was based off of he was on the Black Sea in a boat and a storm had whipped up out of nowhere, and all he and the crew could do was just ride out the waves. And he was recreating that. And so this thing that was like, I mean, 8 feet tall sculpture, massive, all the foam cresting waves and everything, it looked like as if Poseidon were to rise a hand up. It wasn't hand shaped, but it was coming up out of the ocean in a tiny, tiny boat on it. And all the foam and all the waves had skulls in them. And it was just so, and he was talking about, he's like, that one little thing, everything, you know, that I've been my whole life, all of these crew, our whole lives, just, and that's what he was sculpting, and it was amazing. Like, so I just noticed, like, wondering if there's any little skull shapes or any little, what faces might we see as this, yeah, that was the one, the 2 eyes and the nose and the little, reminded me of a mouth. But he also made some really wicked cool carved wooden electric guitars. And it was him and Tom Mason and Peggy Snow. And I think, oh, my camera died. I think that was it. We jammed out after that first Toasted Christmas passed. They were so patient with me and kind. Like, I still am not a better musician. I was a better musician then than I am now. But couldn't play without sheet music, and all I had to play was like Christmas concert songs that they listened and kind of jammed along. And oh, thank you, honey. Camera's back up. Ooh, with lighting. That's nice. But that's been one of my favorite things about making and selling and everything that we do, is been the people that we've met along the way. I do believe, because just getting to connect over something has been truly phenomenal. And I'm making sure that it's still, I missed a gap. I'm almost done, baby. Did people hear about how scientists were able to resurrect direwolves Jurassic Park style? Yes. We're one step closer to cat girls, everyone. Anime foretold the future. We're all going to get isekai'd. Randy's like, I don't want to get isekai'd. You put too much work in already. No, babe, this is the isekai. Oh, don't cry. It'll be okay. I thought it was pretty nice. Like, bye, Brenda. Thanks so much for hanging out. We'll see you possibly tomorrow in our live stream. If we do, I hope we do. I'm wanting to work on this piece again. So, what do you think of it, hun? Do you like the stippling on the edges? Stipple, stipple, stipple. I understand that I could make a textured roller and just slap a texture on in no time at all. I'm not here to be efficient. A pet woolly mammoth? Sign me up. I would eat woolly mammoth in a heartbeat. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm that kind of omnivore. I'm like, is that good eating? Like, okay. So I've put on a new piece. Now I'm blending it in. I just want to make sure that I've got a solid lip now around the perimeter of our mushroom. Night night, Itzy. Thanks so much for hanging out. So I want to make sure that whenever we apply like the gills and stuff that we can have a nice consistent little edge, more or less. I'm not looking for perfect. I'm just looking for any damage that was done or anywhere that has uneven texture or that has lifted from the base a little too much. Yeah, this is looking good. And the good news is we already have, Randy already has the clay conditioned and ready for tomorrow. So we should be able to get right to work. And so we're going to bake this probably off camera, or that might be the first thing we tackle tomorrow. I'm going to be coring out this section of the aluminum foil so that we can embed the screw cap on there, because I would love to be able to put some fairy lights or something into this. That'd be really cool. And it might even be something as simple as one of those LED batteries. Like, do you know what I'm talking about, babe? But that we could set the battery in the cap and have the LED hang down and have it light up the bottle. And I'm going to have the door and windows be where there's no lighting. And that way the cap can screw on and off for accessing the light. And it's going to be like a fairy house and then like a little dog house mushroom off to the side for the little fairy dogs, like the carpenter bees. Do you like that? Okay. That's a little too big. Oops. Seriously though, the company that made the dire wolf is working on splicing mammoth DNA into Asian elephants to resurrect them back as well, so you might just get one. That'd be wild. What a time to be alive. Whew, I'm getting tie-tie. This is, sculpting is always so exciting but also so intense. Little fairy dogs. Little fairy dogs. Yeah, I like a little fairy dog now. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. And we may put a little thing in right here since the roof is shaped such that is like the smokestack for the chimney or something. We'll see. All right. So that is today's live stream, you guys. Randy, are you able to raid some? Is anybody? Okay, right on. We've got to go and load the van, so we're gonna go do that. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us in today's video. Don't forget, we do have more of our kits we will be shipping on Wednesday this month, or this week, because that's the last day of the month, and we will be having another video this Friday about May's craft along project. Which, is it official? The project that we talked about earlier? Okay, we can't announce the project yet, but I'm really excited about it. And so Friday's tutorial for the May craft along kit, if you want your April one, that's the mermaid tier wire wrapping project, you can get those, you can order them on Wednesday and it will still be April's kit. So whatever day, whatever, you know, if it's May 1st, you're getting May's kit. If it's last day April, you're getting April's kit. So we'll see y'all next time. And until then, happy crafting. Ooh, that tastes like clay. Bye, guys. Oh, my hands are so clayey. Oh, I love this though.